to the bottom. Here comes Gisette. They make contact. They touch once, twice, 3 times.
Oh, trouble! Oh, no, Rocky into the wall. Big crash front straightaway. Huge crash coming into the triangle. No, Rocky up and into the air.
They're beating and banging. Burn on the bottom, Cosman up top.
Kaufman, I think. No, Breyer by 1/1000th of a second. Joseph now at the line. Thunhorse pulls the win out at the stripe. Oh, he saves it. What's going to happen here? Here comes the canvas. Get your foot down. He got it. He's got it. He's got it. The canvas is going to win.
All right. Now, fellas and ladies and whatever all else. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to FTF_GG's coverage of the Mamba Media Martinsville 300, presented by Shaq iGear, live from iRacing's virtual Martinsville Speedway in Ridgeway, Virginia. James Pike here, Kenneth Bueno alongside me, and let's be fair, KB, you know how this goes. This is a Mamba Media event. Therefore, when we come on cams, the people are going to see we came with the fits tonight. We didn't play. We came with the fits.
We did. We came with a Miami vibe. Well, I think you stole my style. I came with it first. So I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to, try to chillax, have some good racing alongside. And if we ever get to have our faces back on cam again, maybe we'll pull out different outfits. I don't know. We'll maybe throw some ideas around. We'll see what chat thinks. But yeah, a Mamba Media event here at Martinsville. Super late models. A lot of great drivers in the sim racing space here too. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. I'm ready to just kick back and watch the show.
Yeah. Also, if anyone's got questions, yes, I did bust out
my God.
DMX 97. So I don't want questions. I don't want questions. I want answers.
You're stepping up. I got to start putting on shoes now because I'm the sim racing sock guy. I'm the one that races with socks on. I don't have shoes on right now.
It's about fits. But yeah, let's take 2 seconds to actually explain what on earth this all is, because we got a lot of people that are like, huh, what fits? Okay, I'm not as cool, but I like sim racing, so let's educate. But yeah, so Mamba Media. Mamba Smith, best known as the guy you see on Backseat Drivers, NASCAR Digital. You've probably seen him on Race with the Championship. If you watched on USA, drove in the ARCA series at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park back in the summer. Does a whole bunch of stuff. Cheap hype officer for NASCAR as well. So this is his company. This is the first event that they've done with the Mamba Media name on it officially. There was the Throwback 276 for the car store that used the 87s at Hickory Motor Speedway back in July. Tonight is the Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq iGear from Martinsville Speedway, an homage to the late model Super Bowl Martinsville race that will take place this weekend. So we're in the old late models, the Chevy Monte Carlos that don't get enough love, I think, on those servers. And we're going to run 300 laps, just like you're going to see all the best of the best in late model stock car racing do over the course of Friday and Saturday. So going to be a lot of fun. If you're going to be in Martinsville, yours truly will be there as well. So reach out, say hi, wave to the people, and have a lot of fun with it. But this is going to be a fun combo. There are going to be a lot more events to come from Mamba Media in the future, but this is the first one. And we got very specific instructions from the boss man. Have fun. So we're just trying to party with the best fits in the game. KB, I think, might have beat me, though, because the chain is fresh, but like the Miami vibe, though. The Miami vibe, though.
I had to pull it out, bro. I was thinking about a couple different fits, to be completely honest. I was thinking about something else, but I have to. And basketball season's coming up, so
True.
I got preseason's gonna begin. The NBA season starting in like a month or something. So hit me Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we gotta roll.
True. We need to get you some Shaq iGear next. I had this vision of me when I think of me wearing Shaq iGear. I had this dream of me playing Shaq in 2K and him using like the 01 Lakers or somebody and just getting beat to a pulp of the post. And it's like, wow, I'm getting humiliated here. The guy who is a basketball Hall of Famer is now dominating me in the game while rocking a pair of his eye gear glasses. We'll see if we can't get that great photo up of Shaq rocking the Shaq eye gear from Zach a little bit later. But that's they're cool, they're fresh, and best off, everybody in tonight's field gonna walk away with at minimum a pair of one Shaq eye gear glasses, but at maximum a big chunk of the pot. $300 going to the winner, and everybody in the top 10 getting their money back. So we got lots of money, we got lots of things, but hey, let's bring in some drivers that know a little bit about this combo. And I went for the homies to start off with this, and went with one of the good ones. We got Rents Brown, Rents the Fence. If you've seen him on Twitter with the hair, shoot, we went with the clothing, you went with the hair, and you killed it there. So yeah, I guess first off, tell us about the hair on top there, Mr. Rents.
You know what? It's just one of those things where I thought, you know what, just time for a change. Starting to feel like a new Rents the Fence. So went for something that's a little bit different. Just trying to, lighten up the mood, liven it up a little bit.
Also, can we see the Yoda tattoo?
Oh yeah, it's right here. If I can just kind of hit it right, just right here.
Flames. I Star Wars Day, baby. Disclaimer. Like I'm a little bit biased. But
who isn't?
Yeah, so all right, Martinsville late models. What about this combo do you love? I know you know so much about like name car track combo on sim, but what about this one jumps out to you and said, I want to run the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq eye gear?
It's just one of those things where just Martinsville. Like, I think Martinsville is one of those last true great short tracks that we got where you don't have to rely so much on the banking. You kind of have to rely on your own wits and your own way of kind of driving. So other tracks, you kind of have to rely on banking a little bit more. And I think that people rely on that too much. The place like this, it's all about just getting into a rhythm, and Martinsville's all about this. This car is it's different. I'm so used to backing my corners up in a truck or backing my corners up like in a super late model or in a cup car. Here, you're charging the corner so much deeper. We were talking before you guys got on air tonight that you just have to keep charging that corner. I don't know whether or not that's going to create lockup opportunities or people, getting tight. It feels tighter than looser on a corner entry. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how people get into the corner, where people's breaking points are. But, when I saw Martinsville and saw the Martinsville 300, I just said, I have to. It's the most premier late model event that you really have. It's Martinsville. There's nothing else quite like it. So why not give it a run?
You big hot dog guy?
Oh, I love hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's going to get taken out of context, but I love some hot dogs.
No. Because I mean, you can't talk Martinsville without hot dogs, right?
No, exactly.
So I'm trying to remember. I forget. Have you been out here to Martinsville before?
No.
You just did Charlotte?
I wish that this is the one track that I really want to go to. This and Darlington are like the two tracks I really want to go to. I've done Indianapolis, I've done Charlotte, but just here, I need to experience the hot dog. I need to experience what this is all about.
All right. So then if we say, chili, onions, a little bit of cheese on top, you compare that to the Dodger dog that is an LA guy I know you know well. Where's it stack? What you thinking in that front?
Nothing beats a Dodger dog, but nothing beats a Farmer John Dodger dog. They changed it. It's completely different now from where it was years ago. So I would say I'm going to give you a cop-out. I'm going to say a Farmer John Dodger dog, but you can't beat, from every story ever told, you cannot beat the hot dogs at Martinsville Speedway.
They've got shirts with the hot dog stand sign that are going to be available at the track this weekend, and I'm super ready for
get one.
That's going to happen. That's just a matter of when. The better question is, what are your plans to do with your new pair of Shaq eye gear that are coming your way? Have you had a chance to go check on the website and see what you might be copping once we get done with all this and what might be making its way west?
I haven't really taken a look quite yet. I've been more focused on just trying to get comfortable with the car and just making sure I get comfortable with the track. Because to be quite honest with you, as much as getting some new eyewear is going to be great and amazing, and I actually need to upgrade. So you know what? No better time. But I'm more worried about the big bucks and more worried about the big trophy at the end of it. So while the eyewear is coming the way and right. It's going to be great to have. It's all about that checkered flag and trying to get that position. And to be quite honest with you, it's going to be tough. This field, James, it's going to be interesting.
It's tough. It's stacked. We got some good drivers in here, no doubt. So I'm going to say personally, you strike me as a Crystal Viper kind of guy. Okay. I'll let you go look at the website and see what you think afterwards. But for now, we'll let you go get set up. So Rents, thanks for coming on. We might pull you back in a little bit later, see what goes. But go get ready for Q. Go try and get yourself up at the front of the grid and see how it goes.
Hey, man, I'm going to try. Thanks so much for putting this event on, guys.
Rents Brown, you can find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/RentsDefense. KB, hit us with that other guy that we know pretty well that may be a little bit famous out of Port Jefferson Station, New York, that everybody in the community knows that you get to talk to now.
I like how you call him the other guy, first of all. You didn't actually properly introduce him, but we will have the chance. We will have the chance to talk with the man of McConey Setup Shop, Jeff McConey. And Jeff, first of all, I love the setup. I love this whole VR thing, this whole rig. Talk us through that. I've seen you in this rig before. I think less intricate than now. Have you made any upgrades recently or no?
Well, I'm actually in the process of upgrading the whole rig. I've got a new one coming in a couple weeks. As soon as that's ready, I've got some new shirts, some new merch from Abruzzi, new gloves, new boots. I got these V3 pedals a while back, probably 2 months ago, and I've been digging those. So the seatbelts, I've had these for a while though, and people always ask, well, why do you wear seatbelts when you're racing? It's just pretend. One, it's fun, and two, it helps me not get sick in VR because I'm actually grounded and attached to something. So there you have it.
We've got the VR setup, so you're going to have like that first-person view, at least a good first-person view of what's it like to drive this late model here at Martinsville. I looked at the McConey Setup Shop. I know they have a setup for Martinsville back in 2021 Season 4. I know that was a while back, but you guys have done work with this late model before, so are you somewhat familiar with this car? And into this race, at least going into the race, how are you feeling about the setup and how it is to drive?
Well, this is the iRacing baseline, unfortunately, and it is very, very tight on exit. I've been monitoring my tire wear over about 15, 20 lap runs, and I've got it to where I want it, but I mean, it's certainly not one of our setups. This is not very fun to drive, in my honest opinion, but we'll get through it. Everyone's on the same thing. I'm very familiar with this track. I actually have the record here for most wins in, I believe, the SK and Tour mods. I'm pretty familiar with this car, but not as familiar as I am with the modified. So I'm hoping for a decent run. I think River Hayes and Presley Sora are going to be two guys to beat. I'm only partially saying that because we sponsor them, but River also builds setups for us for the late models, and he is insane in these cars. So if I can even run within the same ballpark as him, I'll be very happy.
All right, last question. I know practice is going to end. Qualifying is about to start. You mentioned the Abruzzi gear, and everyone here is going to walk away with a pair of some pieces from Shaq's iGear. So anything you're looking forward to and to put that swag on with the Abruzzi gear maybe sometime soon?
Oh, man, I am very excited for that Shaq eyewear. That's a very cool feature, so thank you to the team for organizing that. I was very surprised when I read that, but yeah, we got some really cool Abruzzi merch available on their website. You can go to McConeySetupShop.com, and we have a merch tab there. You can find all of our merch available: shirts, t-shirts. I got this crew shirt, as does my spotter, Joey Masevich, so thank you to him for spotting me tonight. But yeah, it's going to be a really fun race. I'm hoping this McConey Setup Shop, McConey Entertainment, the Sim Racer movie, Abruzzi Racewear, WSMN 1590, and Ron the Snack Guy, Chevrolet can get it done tonight. We'll see how it goes in qualifying.
All right, you're all swagged up. We'll let you go. Qualifying's about to start, so wishing you the best of luck, Jeff, in this race, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun driving it as it is for us up here in the booth as well.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, James, qualifying has just started. That means it's time to put that proper gaming position on, leaning forward with the controller. It's time to put in the best 2 laps, see exactly where everyone's going to start.
McConey strikes me as a gray breach kind of guy. And that sounds right. There's a pair of Shaq, but I think about it, I'm like, the gray breach frames match up with the Makoti setup shot, that black and that gold, like they line up.
Actually, yeah.
So, like, you know, and I know Jeff's good about the brand TM. So if we're leading into that, then, you know, Shack Eye Gear, right? That's how you do it. So, yeah, we got a whole bunch of talent out here, and a lot of really, really fast guys. Tyler Gary set the first lap. Here's Rents out on the track now that we're getting a look at that is going to lay down a quick lap. It's a smaller field, KB, but you look at the guys in this field: Gary, Rents Brown, McConey, Michael Cozy Jr., River Hayes, Presley Sora, Cody Smith, Chase Pierce, Malillo, some Moonhead fella is here, by the way, Michael Klein. You know, you got Davin Cornelius. Like, you got some drivers TM in this.
Yeah, and that's going to make it competitive. I'm not going to lie. While watching these guys on track, I kind of want to see if there is any scuffles on track. These guys get into each other. They get a little physical on the racetrack. That would be fun to watch, and just see everyone go crazy trying to get around. But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of different types of people from the sim racing world in this race, and that's what's going to make it exciting, because you've got people from certain parts in certain leagues competing in certain series, and you got other guys that have a different role in the community. You think about guys like Rents Brown. You know, he's a Twitch streamer. He streams every now and then. I tune in on his Twitch channel every now and then. Davin Cornelius, you know, the content that he makes, and Michael Cozy Jr., who's a Logitech G-Altus esports driver. So I mean, yeah, so many different types of people. It's not the hugest field in the world, but thankfully we've got a lot of drivers to make it a dense field that's going to be so fun to watch.
Also, speaking of Logitech, what did you think about the new wheel they dropped?
Oh, that's fire. Right? Straight up fire. Right? I found out about it. Funny enough, I found out about it from Alfredo's Instagram, because yeah, I think he has a partnership with that. He posted a video about it, and he's like, guys, you know, I have this pedal set, got the wheel, and it looks good. It looks so good. Yeah, it's fine. Like, the fact that they were able to do that, and I think in the while that they've released, you know, the G923s and the G9, all that stuff, I think it's so cool they finally get into the direct drive business and have that customization with the wheel that snaps off, and then it looks good though. It looks good. I might have to invest. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Right. No, I'm giving a hard look at that. I'm like, because you know, your boy rocks a G29 himself. I'm not the fastest thing ever. Lord knows.
No, neither am I. Don't worry.
The fastest thing, but you know, I think we all know that, you know, direct drive, you get that regardless of what kind of direct drive you got. That's always going to be better than a gear driven, because it's going to effectively give you more instantaneous reactions to stuff and a more direct feel. So what I saw about it, hey, look, there's Logitech on the back of Michael Cozy's car there for a little bit. I see it. I see what he's thinking too. So guess he was paying attention to the news as well. But you know, you get the opportunity to get your hands on direct drive something or other, then, you know, it will probably make you just that little bit faster. Not excessively, but a little bit. And we know Logitech stuff is good. Like, that's plug-in.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if ever there's a brand that just does, and you don't really have to worry about it all that much, it's Logitech, right? There's barely any setup at all. You plug it in, let your computer install the drivers, and you go, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I got my G923 recently, like I think a couple months back, and then I set it down, put it on my desk, and I was like, whoa, this is like this is way different compared to any other wheel I've had, in a good way, like in a very good way. It was a huge upgrade.
You were like,
I loved it.
Were you like?
Or I can go like, whoa, or I could be like, ooh, maybe, depending.
I was thinking, is it Drake and back to back? That sort of whoa, that's where my brain went.
I was thinking of another song.
Go for it.
It's a song that he starts and he goes, whoa, I don't remember. I need to figure out what title. It's not one that I have in my head. I know I'm wrong on it, but I gotta go find it.
We do the musical references, we do them well. That's the important thing, right? So, which, by the way, and I will probably, whether or not we end up regretting this, but if you go into the FTF_GG chat on Twitch, you can reward your channel points to make us sing and dance and do all sorts of crazy stuff. And you make Kenneth rap too. I've heard this man knows more than a few Fire JID verses.
Yes,
new album. I want to hear.
New album.
Right. Yeah. Did drop the new album. That was nice. Is, you know, And understatement, right? So, we will have some fun with it. But hey, look, grid time, right?
Yeah, got drivers on the grid. We'll see exactly who starts first. And yeah, no surprise, Michael Cozy Jr., as good as he is, he's going to be on the pole. River Hayes going to be to his outside, though, so a nice front row there. But obviously, again, James, not the biggest field in the world, but you've got all these names here. Look at Boonhead there, outside row 4.
About to say, yeah, Tyler Gary, Presley Sora, row 2, Cody Smith, backing up the top 5, Davin Cornelius rolling all 6, Chase Pierce 7th, old Travis Brown, Moonhead himself is 8th, Jeff McConey 9th, Davis Warren starting in the last spot in the top 10, and then it's Malillo, Michael Klein, and Rents Brown backing it up. So Rents, we'll say he botched qualifying, but he also knows that he's got room to run here, and you got 300 laps to figure this out under gorgeous, gorgeous skies. Let's take a look at Martinsville Speedway very quickly before we get going. This, of course, the famous paperclip that in real life is in Ridgeway, Virginia, just outside of the town of Martinsville officially. It's just over half a mile in length, 0.526 miles to be official, 0.847 kilometers if you're looking for distances. Opened up in 1947. Got 4 turns, 12 degrees of banking in the corners, no banking on the straights. Dynamic weather here and a beautiful day for racing. So that's going for 300 laps, just under 160 miles, just over 250 kilometers. Your in-sim time is Saturday at 7:30. So we are in the ballpark of when these drivers in real life that are participating in the late model race that I believe is going to be on Flow and the Motor Racing Network come Saturday night. But they're going to be racing about the same time on Saturday night too, 7:30 in sim. Air temp is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temp, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy skies. Winds headed to the north at 2 miles an hour. Humidity of 57%. So, fun times will be had. Good racing we will have. Kenneth Bueno, what's your last thought before we go green?
I'm waiting for turn 1, honestly. I want to see who gets the first jump. I know Cozy's got the pole, but I want to see if Hayes, Gary, if any of the guys behind Cozy try to do anything in the first 2 corners or something. Because, you could set up well going into turn 3, so we might see some dive bombs. And also for Rents Brown, I like this. Last to first challenge. Get it over with in 300 laps. See if he can do it.
We might have to give it another pair of Shaq Aggie if we can pull that off. Special prize. We'll see how it goes. But I've always wanted to do this. I've never had the chance. So we're going to throw a little nudge to my buddy Travis Brown in this field and finally get the chance to say on a broadcast, green flag, green flag, green flag. And we are underway with the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq Eye Gear. Look at all these cars rolling on the back. Beautiful.
Okay, I'm disappointed. No big moves in 1 and 2, but I do like River Hayes sticking with Cozy here on the outside because they have not been able to get away from each other as of the first lap. They're still door to door. They haven't left at all. And look at Tyler Gary manning up the top 3 as well. He's cleared Sora, though.
But that's part of the deal, I think, with this, right? Because you've got, and Rents talked about it a little bit in pre-race. Hip check city. Michael Cozy was like, I'm not having it. Although I don't know whether or not River came down on him. I'd have to see a replay to see what went. But he dropped like 3 spots there. So Cozy's got the lead, and he's clear by like a car length. And then it's Gary and then Presley Sora in the Shaq Aggie car looking sharp there on the inside.
Hey, he's looking good, Presley Sora. I mean, obviously, we've been watching him the past couple of months. He's a driver well-known in the sim racing space by now. He's got a beautiful late model here tonight. Now, he's going to go underneath River Hayes, and I saw the contact at a turn 4. I think Cozy might have slid up just a little bit, but it was really close. So, I mean, I don't think there's really any fault out of anybody there, no intentions. But River Hayes is going to have a lot to deal with, especially because he's on this outside. And, James, I think when you talk about an outside line here in Martinsville, I say no. A big no. Why can you make? Why you cannot make that middle work? You can try, but bro, no. You're gonna get freight train, and for Hayes, unfortunately, that's the case. Finally, he gets to the inside though.
So are we swiping left or are we swiping right on that outside line?
Oh, we are What's the reference? I don't even know. It's left is no, right? Or right is yes. I have no idea what it is.
I think left is no.
Left swipe. What was that? Left swipe that. You remember that commercial? Okay, left swipe that. There you go.
Yeah.
You left swipe that outside. You do not want it, bro.
Let's swipe that outside line. Okay, yeah. But like that's the whole thing with these things. And to get back to it, because I was about to make the point when the contact was made, that you don't have as much power in these late models that you do in like a truck or an Xfinity car or a Cup car. And I also think that these things take a hit to the door, or really any body panel, just a little bit better, because the panels are all made out of fiberglass, right? So you can beat and bang, I think, a little bit more with these cars than you would some of the others. And you know, you could have a little bit of fun with it. There's a good look off the back of Presley Soares' machine. I think he's just trying to pace people at the moment, because you know Cozy's going to have speed. You know Cozy's going to be sharp. But you also have to manage your stuff well, right? You know, you can't just blitz things. And even though you've got a little bit less power, and I would say by extension, tire wear doesn't matter quite as much, you still have to be smart about how you run this race, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's 300 laps. You have such a long way to go. You're not just going to gun for a huge send on lap number 9 out of all places. Yeah, you can try, but I mean, if you really end up in a poor situation where you end up in a crash or just something happens where it severely damages your car, then you've got, what, 290 laps where you're wondering what could have gone or what could have been if you hadn't done that and if you hadn't really done it. So yeah, patience is very important in this very long race. I know it's a short track, so these laps tick down very quickly, but you know, you continue to do this over and over and over again, and you've got time. It's roughly like, what, an hour and 40 minutes? If we stay green, though, that's if we stay green. That's a huge if. But yeah, it's a very long race, so be patient. Don't have to do anything crazy right now, and I think that's what we're seeing out of the field. Everyone's single file because they know their wits about them. They know exactly the situation at hand, so they're just kind of hanging in there and then waiting to unleash the big guns by the time we get to the end.
I'm looking here a little bit back. I'm going back to Moonhead because he's in a good battle with Travis Brown. You got Presley Soares and River Hayes. You got Cody Smith and Chase Pierce, but it's McConaughey and Brown that are the fun ones. So I'm wondering whether or not Jeff's just trying to save his stuff.
Yo, Moonhead is not saving his tires.
Right.
That was a huge slide.
The moment I say that, both of them just like completely slid through the corner, just absolutely going for it.
Yeah, talk about saving time. Who needs tires here? Who needs tires anyway? I like the slide, though. You're right on board here with Travis as he tries to catch up to Jeff McCody. I am seeing sort of a pack-up, though, around 5th. Cody Smith, Chase Pierce. There might be something to watch for there if they get a little closer to each other. But, yeah, again, everyone's a single file there. I don't think that slide, though, is going to gain any speed for Brown. In a drifting competition, maybe he gets him some extra style points, but not for speed here.
So, basically, it's what? Right tire up? Left tire slide, left tire up, right tire slide. Basically, okay, I'm saying either way, we about to slide because we can't let this one slide, right?
I'm just going to tell you that I'm upset. 50 tires on my head, it's disrespect.
Ooh.
So offended that I have to double check the slide that McCoy just did in turn 3.
Oh, okay. All right. I gave him heat to work with. I gave him a candle, and this man was like, no, blow torch, no. So, yeah, there will be musical references. Also, Hamlet Fanatic makes a really good point. Travis actually racing. What kind of world do we deal with? What kind of world do we actually set up where he runs? And what's weird is that whenever he races, I'm calling. That's just how it works out. And that's I don't intend for it to work out that way. But I've noticed in a lot of past races that when Travis is actually racing, I end up calling the race. So we'll figure it out. But let's take our quick commercial break here. Break number 1 of the evening in the Mama Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shack Eye Gear. So we'll give you a moment to catch a breather, get a water, do whatever, and lock in for 300 laps action from the paperclip. We will be back in a mo. Welcome back to the Mama Media Martinsville 300, presented by Shaq, iGear, James Pike, Kenneth Bueno, Zach Johnson, making us look way better than we have any right to look ever, because that man is just gifted behind punching buttons and sprucing up the visuals on an iRacing broadcast. But yeah, we're here, we're at it. This is your battle for P1. This is Michael Cozy Jr. and Tyler Gary going at it. But oh, by the way, let's go a little bit further back here, because old Moonhead has just been harassing and all over Jeff McConey's rear bumper. He is trying to move this man. He's trying to be nice about it, but he's followed that the 1 knot, 2 knot, 3 knot rule there. Kenneth Bueno, where it's first tap I'm here, second time you gotta move, and third time I'm gonna get you. I like, we were watching during the break. He gave him the third time just about.
He was done, man. He was tired. He was tired of McConey holding him up. Finally, though, he makes the pass. So, like, at least he doesn't have any more bumpers to smack for a while. He's got a big gap, though, to Chase Pierce. That's the worst thing. They went side by side. They were beating each other up so much that they literally lost sight of everybody's 6-on forward. So, I mean, you did it, but at what cost? At what cost? Staring into the sky. And also, Davin Cornelius is literally here as well. The pink traction car, one of 2 in the field, by the way, James. They are probably the biggest eye catchers in the field. This 77, I think he had a problem earlier. I think he slipped the track. Something happened, so we noticed it. But now he's starting to hound on McConey and Brown. So, yeah, 3-car bumper sequence, maybe?
He, too, couldn't let this one slide, right?
It's tough, man. We're going to have to shift artists soon. Well, Drake has a big catalog, so yeah, we can play around Drake a little more.
That's we can play around because like you could do you could come up with a lot of stuff off him. So yeah, these are you guys battle a little bit further back. My eyes went actually to Cody Smith and Chase Pierce, because those two are about to get after pretty nice, and that's about to be a really, really good battle. So yeah, check this out, see where we're at with it. But yeah, look at Cody Smith with the Budweiser car. And then Chase Pierce, Top Hat Comics, rolling deep. So we got 2 pretty snazzy brands. I'm about to date myself as an OG real hard here, because I remember when Budweiser had the talking frog commercials, like way back.
Oh yeah, bro. My dad would always say something like that. He always used to reference that for a random reason. I don't know why. I wasn't around during, but
yeah, because
not gonna lie,
you were what, 99, I think, right? Or...
No, 01.
God.
01.
Oh my God. Hold on, let me go.
You're talking to a Gen Z man right here, James.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, you. Why didn't you let me go get my AARP card first? Shoot, man. Come on, like you gotta give me a warrant. You gotta give me a heads up. But hey, channel prediction is in the chat right now. First 100 laps, they going green, they going not green. Somebody getting into it, somebody going around. What do we think? Predict. Get your channel points in. You win. You'll get more points, and you can make us do dumb things on stream that are cool for the kids, but dumb things. So, dumb in the dumb fun way. I mean, and also
people are saying yes. People are saying this is the first. This is an emergency lights. What? 470?
Who came in with a 470 on that? That's bold. That's bold. That's like
who got the excess in the points bank, bro? What's going on?
That's like I forget the name of the Instagram account, but it's the one that does the meme photos, and there's one where it's like me telling all the people like who my Stone Cold Lock is on Saturday afternoon, and just like I think it's like The Rock high-fiving like 5 people. That's all the people that think this is going green for the first 100 laps, basically, is what this is.
Bro, 600, bro, who got that type of money on Twitch right now, bro? Okay, 69. Nice for no. I like that.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, now it's going up. Yeah, we need the yo. If you're in the no crowd, get up. I'm not expecting this to go green. I want maybe at least one caution. One. I don't need a huge crash. I don't need a parking lot in Miami. Okay, I need just maybe something, and then just caution.
All right.
Quick one.
All right. Real question is, anybody got 5 on it?
Ooh, Actually, I hope so. They got 640 on it, bro. What's going on? By the way, we saw this pass. Look at this pass. Chase Pierce made it on Cody Smith. I was gonna say something along the lines of Cody Smith has the Budweiser car, but Chase Pierce is really trying to say what's that to him, and he finally got around him. So it's P5.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I was admitted, like, I should have been ready for that, and I wasn't ready for that, and I'm kind of mad at myself because I just was like, oh wait, yeah, duh, obviously, like that's that's up there with, like, if we're talking about hallmarks of Y2K America, it's crystal translucent Nintendo 64s, it's Pepsi Blue, oversized ski goggles, America Online keywords, and Double Dare 2000. And Wishbone, because Wishbone's a G.
You really slipped in that game show reference in there. You really slipped that in. You slipped Nebraska in there, bro.
Double Dare 2000 is okay. So I've got like a Hall of Fame of like 3 or 4 different like games of that ilk, and it's Figure It Out, it's Guts, and it's the absolute OG Legends of the Hidden Temple, which might be that might be my next fit, actually, if we're doing fits. So
you should have just done that for when we started.
Well, no, because you said you were a Miami guys.
Well, okay, no. You were gonna wear a Tottenham shirt. That's what you said. Well, that's what you did.
I might.
I mean, we still got time. It's only lap 42, so I mean, we could go in our closets to change the wardrobe. I'm just saying.
We skipped the lap that was the life, the universe, and everything. Man, I gotta get into Douglas Adams reference too. So I like the confidence though from Corbin JS19 in chat. He's like, YJ Esports gonna win this easy. So this man's like, Tyler Gary, talk to me. He's like, I got you. And Tyler Gary, like, you've seen him in Moon Car. Like, man can move, man knows how to drive. He's softer spoken than you would think, but he's a monster, animal behind the wheel out of Royal Palm Beach, Florida, and also had a really good run in the college series on Tuesday night too. Yeah. Third place behind Steven Wilson and Dylan Alt, right? So you're the best of the rest of the co-series guys. You're balling. Meanwhile, Jeff McConey was like, honey, oh, there we are. Oh, there it is. Big money. And I think did he get into Travis there? Did he get in the Travis?
Yeah, he did. He did get into Travis. Bro, are they mad at each other now, bro?
Wait. I was about to say, if it's Travis, to say, we got beef. Ding, ding, ding. I don't have the sound effect, but that is beef. Real question is whether or not it's 2 patties or 1.
Well, this might be double stuff. Based on the battle they had before, I think it may just be double stuff. Yeah, I think McConey got loose. It's something like that. He travels down and then he gets into Moonhead. So
they were crossing Apex is what they were. I can see it from my perspective. They're just looking back at it real quickly that McConey was coming a little bit lower off the wall than I think Travis expected, and Travis was trying to come out to it. So they just sort of they came together and boom. So we'll see. We'll see how Race Control looks at that. We'll see how those two go. How it works, but I think they should be all right enough. I would hope so. We'll see how it goes. But as it stands, we got people, and yeah, that's I guess we gotta pay out the 719 points going to Kruger 1981 and 3. So shout out to the 3 people that got that right and clowned all of us,
bro.
All of us. And that was 700 to like 70. Like that's,
bro. I told you, bro. The people with 640 points. They were wrong. I knew they were gonna be wrong. There's no way. So 79, the points. It looked a little bleak. I'm not gonna lie, but they win. So I knew there was gonna be a caution, at least one.
Right. I mean, yeah, we knew it. We just didn't know like when. That's the thing. So. We got these guys getting fixed up, trying to sort things out. So, they're I can see the heat. I can see the heat there. That's it's the part. If we were on Travis's channel, I'd be bringing both of them up to the booth right now for a little bit of mooncourt action, but we don't have the sound effects. But I see it. There's this.
Look, don't worry. I'll install a soundboard. We'll get it working, bro. We'll get it working.
I could get you Dangerous from Homestar Runner and give you the like sort of spy beat. Give me the whole
the spy beat. Oh, you gotta. If you bring that in, then we gotta hold on. Okay, then we should have just put a point for somebody just like for us to freestyle or something on a beat.
Well,
somewhere.
Conveniently, if you look in the Twitch chat, that's one of the rewards or challenges that the FTFGG channel has. You can spend it and specify it, and we can make you rap. You can make me sing. Do all sorts of fun stuff, wild stuff. That's what we do here at Mamba. So let's. I guess we have a restart though, right?
Yeah, and also new leader. Where's Tyler Gary? He fell to 8th. What's going on?
He's hanging. That's my thought.
He'll be back. He'll be back up. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm about to say we got 300 left, so we got time. Green flag is out once again. I want to come up with a good like freestyle beat for that. I'm gonna come up with something nifty later. But yeah, so Hayes, Cozy, Sora, Pierce, Smith, Cornelius, Gary, Warren, McConey, and Brown back at it again. We're at the paperclip at Martinsville with all my friends. Something. There's that sort of vibe in me at some point. We gotta get it out at some stage.
And like here's Gary on Cornelius. So, Gary's already up like 2. This is gonna be 3 spots now if he can. Oh, Travis just disconnected.
Oh no, L. I wonder what happened there. I'll have to go see if I can figure it out.
Don't tell me he got yeeted into the stratosphere. I think he was just. No, he was just entering turn 3 and he just disappeared.
Wild. So, River Hayes, your leader still, and then a good little group here up top 5, and then McCody and David Cornelius trying to go at it, and then you got all sorts of people back here.
I said top 5. Oh my God, 3 wide. Here comes Cornelius as he's out of the picture and he's gonna fall back. That's a couple more cars there.
Look what he's doing. Look who he's trying to go back to though. Look who he's trying to get back to.
Oh,
right. Yeah. You get it now. You see
color
it now?
coordination. I like it.
You see, well, not just the coordination, but the teammates and the relationship. Because we know that Davin and Justin Malillo are super tight. So
yeah,
I totally expect them to just be riding for a bit and letting everything play out in front of them. Which not a bad strategy. Because we saw Travis got pretty dinged up. McConey's car is pretty dinged up. You could sit back here for a little bit and just hang out. Oh man. Oh look, Steven Ellis coming through with the shade in Twitch chat. This man.
Ooh.
This man. So although to be fair, if I'm Steven Ellis, I'm flexing that I have a Monday Night Racing win on Justin and Justin doesn't. So
Damn, that's violation right there. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little violation.
I chose violence today. I chose violence. Not
I know our producer Zach is also on that too. He's got some violence on him a little too for whatever reason.
Yeah. Egg.
Unfortunately.
Egg. E something. I don't know. Maybe Zach will come in and tell us something important. or make us be a guy, right? So I guess we can talk battles a little bit, maybe. Because there's a good one here, like Klein, Rance, Davin. Davis Ward, what's wild to me is that I can tell pretty clearly almost everybody behind McConey I think has the same strat going on. I think has the same strat, and that they're just trying to ride for a bit. I genuinely think that's what they're trying to do. So we'll see what goes. So I know.
I don't know if you're laughing the same thing I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, no, you know it's wild. You know it's wild when we got our producer coming in rocking with the Eggman references. So Sonic is Sonic's a guy, right? Sonic's a guy.
He's got a new game coming out soon, right? Frontiers, something like that.
He always does. Does he have a new game dropping every year though?
Yeah, I mean, oh no, man, not every year. Hold on, whoa. He had a TV show. He had 2 movies.
But usually, they try and drop one Sonic game a year, right?
He had an appearance in Chip and Dale as the ugly version, if you remember that. That was last year. I think.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I forgot about that.
The good version. The good version, actually.
I tried to mentally block that from my brain because I was just like, I'm not trying to see that again.
By the way, look at Presley Sora. He's moved his way up to third, and he's actually closing in on Cozy and Hayes. So I thought it was just going to be Hayes and Cozy Jr. just kind of like hanging around here, like doing this whole battle as Cozy, hey, tried to look for it in turn one. He couldn't find it. But Presley's just kind of hanging in there and saying, all right, you guys think you guys are the only ones in this fight. Nah, bro, I'm the third one. So Presley's here. He's here to play, bro.
If I'm Presley, I'm riding behind these guys. Because, like, we heard Jeff talk about it at the top of the show. Like, Cozy, we know what he can do. Former Firecracker 400 winner. I don't know how many starts in the eNASCAR Road to Pro ladder. River Hayes is the setup builder for Jeff and Coney on these late models. Clearly knows the car well, right? So, like, both of those two know what they're doing clearly. If you're Presley, you could sit, you could ride, and you could get behind him and maybe pick some up. Like, I don't know exactly what's there, but there's something, because there's a reason why those two are pretty much a 10th up on everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he can learn from them, but also Cozy's trying to make a pass. He's already done a couple. He's going to do it again in turn one. Is he going to be successful? I have no idea. They're almost going to make contact. Oh boy, that's going to be a little close. But look, you see, River Hayes is going to go up high. He has no choice of lane, so then Presley Sora is just going to follow in the 99's footsteps and say, okay, there's an open space. I'll go take it, and he's taking it right now. Look who's in it too, Chase Pierce. So 4 cars for P1.
Yeah, Chase Pierce hiding in there too, and interesting makeup here. We got the Maryland native and Michael Cozy. We got the Hoosier from Indiana and Presley Sora, and then we got River Hayes, and we got Chase Pierce. Hayes is from Tennessee. Chase Pierce is from North Carolina. So a neat little spread across the eastern seaboard of where these drivers are, and I think you sort of figure that it's one of the questions that has plagued my mind, and it's something I don't totally get because the racing is so good. But like, how do we end up with like supers as like the main short track car once upon a time, and how is it not late model? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. You're more well versed in that. Somehow Hayes found a way to play defense on Sora, which is very interesting. I was skeptical about the whole high side thing when he was with Cozy Jr. on like literally lap 1, but I guess he found a way to make it work. So Sora's just going to be hanging in here. But yeah, Eastern Seaboard is the best. East Coast gang represent. That's all I'm going to say.
Also, we just finished up the nicest lap in the race. I want to make sure we at least.
Oh, true. That. Yes. Wow, I almost forgot. I wasn't even looking at the lap counter.
You watch, like, you watch the Solid Rock Carriers Cars Tour. You watch any of the late model programs, the big tracks like Sobo, Hickory, Dominion, Langley in particular stand out to me, and like is super tight, super close racing, because these things are really well regulated from like a budget standpoint. Like, yes, you can spend like support resource money and you can build up a good operation that way, but the actual car itself, regardless of where you raced, like, costs are gonna be relatively tight one-on-one. And when you take away a little bit of the power compared to the national level cars, you end up with a lot of close racing, like what we're seeing here, even, with a field of about 15 cars or so. It's not the biggest, but you got a lot of really tight battles, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, if this is a Cup car, if this is the truck, if this is the Xfinity Series car, like, are we seeing that? Is it the same thing?
I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, competition is really high, especially here tonight. I mean, I know we didn't necessarily have like a huge competition at the front of the field in that first run, but we had, the whole McConey, Moonhead battle that was going on. Saw a couple guys getting close to each other. I think now really is where they're starting to push it a little bit, and they're starting to really get solid lap times close to each other and not let any one of them run away. Because look at this, like top 4, like even Cozy, he took the lead. He's like, what, maybe half a second on River Hayes, but still, like, you can make up all that time anyway in the corner. It's not like he's directly gone and you can't see him in the front of your screen. So yeah, he's still there, and top 4 are just hanging around here. I don't even think they're looking for passes right now, to be completely honest, James. Maybe it's just the fact that they don't have enough momentum, but nobody's really trying. But again, I mean, the competition's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're just here for the taking, I guess. If anyone makes a mistake, if I was in that car, James, and I would be making a mistake, I'm literally going to be, I'm shaking in my boots because there's a car right behind me on my rear bumper, and he's going to say, hey, you make a mistake, I'm here. Stop playing.
Ooh, I see that. I see that. Also, from Travis himself, I got my share of getting run into in my 50 laps lull. Was so broke the car wouldn't keep up on the straightaway.
Oh.
So all the damage, I guess, ultimately took Travis out, which is a shame. We love Travis in the South Sold, so we appreciate you, Travis, for jumping on board and hope that the 50 laps had a little bit of fun. I saw Davis Warren go.
You saw Warren, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we both saw that. Yeah. So Warren like went way up the racetrack there, and I was like, ooh. But to his credit, give the man props because he came in with the Valley Star logo. He came in with the Martinsville logo. He was like, I'm going to run a late model the way late models are supposed to be run for this weekend because it's the Super Bowl late model short track racing, right?
I like the immersion with the paint scheme. But you saw the slide there. We've seen a lot of guys slide in turn 3. I didn't even see anybody doing it 1 and 2. Is it a turn 3 thing? Is it just the car just like giving up in that corner? I don't know what's going on.
I would think braking probably. Like that to me is the big standout. Like you brake wrong with this thing, and you can kind of mash the brake on entry like to a point, but if you don't set it up right, you're going 2-3 lanes up. And I think that's like we saw it with Davis just a few moments ago. We saw Davin have problems with it earlier, so I'm thinking like it's probably that. That's my hunch at least.
Yeah, I think probably just driving it in too deep. I mean, remember Rents when he was talking about pre-race? He's like, "Oh, this car you can be like later on the brakes because you don't have to back up the corners as much." But I guess people are learning that, and then they find out they can brake a lot later, and then they get a little bit too late, and then they start sliding up the track, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, nah, this is not how the brakes work."
They're like, "Let me just stand and accept my L." And then I'll just have to go work up all the car links I lost a little bit later. So tight battle here for people. Like still like this has got to be them riding, right? Like
no, it has to be.
This has to be them like just sort of watch it. It's almost like a keep your friends close, enemies closer sort of thing. I kind of think a little bit. And not to say that like none of these drivers don't like each other. Like they're all nobody's got proper beef, but it's you don't necessarily want people to just completely escape from this field, because if you do, then you have to reel them in, and who's to say, there's another yellow that's going to pop up in there at some point.
Yeah, and also here, you don't want to make a huge mistake trying to overpush the car either, because like, look, Michael Cozy Jr., he's half a second in front of River Hayes. If River Hayes made a huge mistake right now, maybe Sora's going to have to check up. Pierce is probably going to have to check up, depending on what happens, and then Cozy's gone. Right, you don't want to do something where you like overextend and then you just let the guys run away and then you basically just have to play catch up all over again. Like, no, just stay where you are, be as consistent as you can. Yes, like don't just kind of slack off and be lazy, but like just hang in there, do what you've been doing, and then you're fine. Because look at this, still, Cozy Jr., we could have been talking about him in many other cars or any other combo. He could be running away with this thing, be a second and a half or even more ahead of the field. He's only like 5-6 tenths of a second on River Hayes, so it's like they're just kind of hanging in there, not doing much.
Hashtag more short track racing.
Do we want more short track racing? That's the question.
Yeah, more short tracks. Yes, we do, especially with cars that don't have as much grip. So here's our group of the folks that I think are just trying to knock out some laps. So Rents Brown and then the Traction brothers, Malillo and Cornelius. So I guess the real question is, who's Mario and who's Luigi? That's what I want to know.
Oh, honestly, I think Malillo might be Mario. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna. Well, I guess the answer is like, who's got the like OG Traction logo, right?
Okay, hold on. I need to take a closer look at this car.
That's why. So I'm trying to figure it out. So the X is pink in the main logo. So I guess that's got to make. I guess that makes Malillo Mario and then Cornelius Luigi. Like
yeah,
you were saying. So you
switch colors, yeah. With the X.
Crystal Ball, Kenneth Bueno, out on the prowl again. I see how it is.
I predict another green flag runner in our future. No, I'm kidding. No. Actually, should we put up another prediction where we stay green to like lap? I don't know.
I'm down with it, but look. It's Justin Malillo himself on the camera now.
I like it. He's hunting down on Rens, by the way. Like, it's not, he's just not riding behind Rens. I think he's maybe gonna look for a pass here. I think Rens hasn't been as fast. I think there's almost what, like a tenth of difference in that last time by. So Malillo is pretty quick. He's putting look at him waving. Look at him. Yeah, he knows we're there.
Yeah.
He knows we're there.
He knows. I figured as much. So, no, I love this battle in particular because it's two drivers who just know. I don't know if it's so much or too much about the sim, but like both of them, you could ask them about pretty much anything and they will have some good answer for something somewhere. And you could like almost blind taste test them with a car track combo and they'd be like, well, you can expect this because the car usually likes to do this. With the new update, it does a little bit more of this. And then the track usually runs like this. So if you add that together, you land here. Like that's what they do. That's what Rens does. That's what Justin does. That's that'd be a combo stream I'd be here for at some point.
Bro, that's
especially
like
if we can see Justin run like Bruce Cup or something. Because I know Justin doesn't really stream all that much, but Rens does. And to have Justin on Bruce Cup.
Oh, that's content. That's all content. That's all content.
Right?
They are masters though of. I mean, they've been on the sim for a long time, very long time.
Right.
So I mean, it's safe to say obviously that they know that much about. I mean, literally, I could wake up and like I can go on the iRacing website and there won't be a sign of an announcement for a hotfix or a patch, and then all of a sudden Malillo comes out with an article saying, "Hey, here's a new patch. Here's a hotfix. Here's exactly what's in it." I'm like, "Yo, wait a minute."
Speed. Man like speed.
Look at Pierce though. Hey, he's getting under Sora. Hey, he's getting under his skin a little bit. He's trying to make a pass.
Well, you can't be a proper top hat unless you're at the top of the field, right?
Oh, true. Oh, he got loose. He got a little bit too loose. He tried. He tried to put in the gas a little too early. That's gonna lose him there. I mean, he's still gonna be there, but yeah, Press is starting to feel it a little bit. But by the way, James, if there was any replay file or any VOD of this stream that shows me saying that Michael Cozy Jr. hasn't run away, well, then I've lied by now. So he's gone.
By only a second though. Like, yes, he's out front, but only by like I'm not ruling this out as like a thing at this point, right? So what I am gonna say though is that the M&R love has picked up considerably in chat. Because we got V-Blaze Racing saying that his pick to win tonight is Presley Sora, aka the Young King, and Steven Ellis is like, yeah, Monday Night Racing represent. So
I like how you put the Young King with the trademark on it too. It's not just the Young King with had to add the little TM there on the side.
Right. It's got to be trademark. You got to protect.
But hey, I like that he's betting on Sora though. Recent M&R champion. By the way, he was a rookie, by the way, so like it makes it even more impressive with the competition. And even without the M&R accolades, like he is so good as a sim driver. So like, good. I like the prediction here. And he's gonna almost hit it. River Hayes here actually almost hit him there, and he drifted him up the track. So side by side we go for second, I guess, into turn 3.
Battle. Oh man. Oh, that is contact. That is definitely fiberglass on fiberglass. That is definitely somebody trying to get moved at the racetrack. I saw Presley just sawing the wheel middle 3 and 4 last time by.
And Chase Pierce there, by the way, he was playing a factor in the middle of the corner. Sora's not quite there, and then Pierce just gives him a little shove, saying, "Go now, go to this inside. I need this pass. I want to get to you guys. I want to get around you both." So now Sora is officially there, and the problem is they're going to lose more time to Cozy as Cozy's approaching. Actually, he's approaching lap traffic, so that may add some drama here to the mix if they make Cozy's trip a little harder. Sora's gonna almost make contact with Hayes, and here comes Pierce now. So Pierce gonna look to make it 2 for 1, but he's struggling just because they're taking up all the space.
Like I got nowhere to go. Like I'm stuck.
It's only my 3rd day out here.
Wow. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Or they're about to go 3. Oh, I thought they were gonna go 3. I thought they were. So I wonder, I'm going to see if I can switch cameras on my end here and just get a feel for like what these 3 are doing and how they're entering the corner and what may be different amongst these cars. It's all fixed setup. by the way. So everybody's running the same set. So this is all about how they enter and exit corner. Here's a look off the roof of River Hayes' machine. And he and Presley Sora look pretty much identical through 3 and 4 that last time by, right? So then what happens beyond that? And it almost looks like, I wonder if Presley might be on the brakes a little bit harder on entry.
Because it looks like, yeah, he gains a lot of speed in the apex.
I can see him stepping out just a hair in the middle of the corner in particular once the car's like actually mostly slowed down. So he's sort of sliding the rear tires just a little bit.
Yeah, 1 and 2 though, look right there. He gets a huge run in the middle of the corner, and then the exit just kind of falls off. And then 3 and 4, I mean, he could theoretically. I mean, you've got the same corners here at Martinsville either end, so you'd think he'd be able to do the same thing in 3 and 4, but he just can't quite do it. He's just following River Hayes in that. But that middle of the corner there is a little dangerous if you're River Hayes here, because Sora can be on his bumper. He can be a little closer, have that big run, and just kind of punch him out of the way if he wanted to.
Oh, he can move him. He can move
yeah.
him. He can move him, right? You can move them. That's how that goes. So, also a reminder, since we are clear of 100 laps, a big thanks to our partners at Mama Media for putting on the show, which starts with our friends at TobyChristie.com. Big shout out to Toby Christie and all the folks there putting out all the awesome content for you all to read. Go visit their website if you haven't already. Tons of fun articles left, right, center there. And, of course, by tonight's presenting partner, Shack Eye Gear. You can head to ShackEyeGear.com to gear up and game on and get yourself some of the glasses like what every single one of the drivers in tonight's race are going to end up rocking here in a little bit. You can use that code on your screen, Racing25, to gear up, game on, and get blue light blocking glasses that reduce eye strain as well. So head on over to ShackEyeGear.com, proud presenting partner of the Martinsville 300. This is still just so good. Like, can we talk about that real quick? Like the fact that they have just not let up. Okay, there we go. That had to have been coming at some point. I figured it was. I just was sort of waiting on the when.
My question though, James, is that did Presley's patience just run out hanging behind River Hayes?
I would feel comfortable putting money on that being the case. Put it that way.
Oh, he probably did. Look at Chase Pierce. He's seeing that happen, and he's saying, "All right, hold up, we them boys." And he gets around River Hayes, and now he can get around Presley Sora. He can probably move him to of the racetrack. He's about to, by the way. So I think his patience is probably going to run thin as well. But by the way, Michael Cozy Jr., he got some lap traffic. Already dealt with it. There's more contact there. Oh yeah, this is not over yet.
Full sin. So that's Chase Pierce then saying, or oh no, look at River Hayes with that move down low, and Chase just is like, I'm not fighting it.
Oh no, he's fighting it. He's fighting it there. Out of turn. Look at him. He gets the run out of turn 2.
I thought he's gonna give it to him. Honestly, I thought he was. Okay, now he is. I think. Yeah.
Okay, they may be shaking in their britches a little bit because look who's behind them, by the way, James. Tyler Gary. He's running 5th. He was nowhere, by the way, before all of this started, and now he's half a second behind Chase Pierce while they're doing all of this. So he's like, okay, I got my front row seat. I've eaten all my popcorn, and now it's time to just dump all these guys, get around them, and try to catch up to Koza. Not dump them. That's bad. Don't do that.
Right. So is if you got them boys up ahead of Tyler Gary, does that mean that Tyler Gary is here saying, hold up, we making noise?
Bro, okay, yes, he might be.
Do not play with me on the references.
I'm thinking of a lyric from the song, and I just can't, man. My library is deep too.
Deep. We come at it. All right. Hey,
you drive me crazy. Number 1, girl, you can't replace me. Okay, I know that's like the second verse.
Yeah, that's way bigger. So the real question is, are we going to see Chase Pierce get River Hayes do the same thing? Because Presley's starting to check out.
Yeah.
Starting to check out.
I think Pierce isn't quite done yet. I don't think he's done, because he's here and he just needs a little more space to catch up. Like, yes, they're so close, but like you have to cross that threshold before you get to bumper sending territory.
Right.
And Pierce is not there yet. He's kind of just like right behind Hayes, just hanging in there. I look at him. I think he's trying to diamond a little bit. I saw him go a little high in 1-2. Maybe I'm just tripping, but he's trying. So I think Pierce is gonna do it maybe at least one more attempt, but like if that attempt fails, I think Hayes might be gone, and then he has to worry about Tyler Gary behind him. At least Chase Pierce does. So yeah.
Right. I want to close out this portion of the broadcast by saying that we got Kenneth Bueno to say the word tripping on the show, and that's all I need.
Well, it's part of my vocabulary. You've never heard me use that word before?
Not on cam.
Well, obviously not.
Not on cam.
Well, I'm not gonna say tripping in the middle. Like no.
We do it different in Mamba Media. That's my whole point. My whole point, right? So we'll have fun with it. But yeah, all right. So as Kenneth's brain continues to go to goop with all the things he's learned tonight, we're gonna let you all take a breather, and we're gonna catch another break. So big shout out to Shaq Gear, big shout out to Toby Christie, and we will be back with more of the Martinsville 300 on FTF_GG in just a little bit. Three, two, one, go, says the man behind the button. Says, we bring you back to coverage of the Mamba Media Martinsville 300, presented by Shaq Gear, live from iRacing's virtual Martinsville Speedway in Ridgeway, Virginia. James Pike, Kenneth Bueno here, rocking and rolling with you on this Thursday night. Look at this battle here between Davin Cornelius and Rance Brown, because Davin saw Cozy coming, and Davin was like, I gotta go.
Yeah, Cozy's been lapping the field right now. He's lapped 2 cars, and he got his traction brother. It's like that scene in SpongeBob where Patrick just gets like caught by the lasso and then explodes. I feel like that's what happened with Malillo there, getting lapped by Cozy. So Cornelius is trying to run as fast as he can, and he actually makes the pass on Rents. So he's gonna hold it off for a little bit.
I thought I brought violence, and then you come up with the Patrick exploding line.
I mean, it did not happen in the clip.
I know.
Am I lying? Am I capping or what?
You're not. No cap. But like, I just didn't expect you to go like. You could have gone with like Bubbles. You could have gone with like, you know, Future. You could have gone with like the Krabby Patties that make your tongue turn plaid, and you choose Patrick exploding. Is my point.
Yeah, I mean, calling a spade, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Hey, look. By the way, we were under break, and I was looking at Chase Pierce trying to catch up to River Hayes. And you know how I talked about he had one attempt before things would get sour, like before Hayes would just run away and then Tyler Gary would make use of the situation?
Right.
Yeah, that attempt did not go that well. He almost about made contact with Hayes and could have moved him out of the way, but I feel like the Hayes just barely escaped the contact. And then now look, Tyler Gary moved around Chase Pierce. Pierce is falling back to 5th. and Tyler Gary has a nice look at Hayes and Presley Sora if he wants to get up to P2.
Yeah, I'm just trying to watch this gap here because Sora is second. He's 2.5 seconds back to Cozy, but Cozy is here. Is he getting held up by Davis Warren or what? I'm not 100% certain what to make of it. You got a little interesting battle going on there, and then you got the good stuff there with Gary and Pierce as well. And now I think now Davis Warren's about to slide out the way, and there goes Cozy to the inside. He's like, all right. Time to actually make some moves here, people, because you can see Sora like out in the back of the camera that you're just off to the right hand side there. If you look all the way down the back, and then sort of that next car behind Davis Warren, sort of back of the shot coming into you right now. So there's your gap. It's so probably what, half a straight between Cozy and Presley, I would say, ballpark.
Yeah, roughly. It's a decent gap here. I mean, he's got space to weave around. He's got space to maybe like push the car a little bit and like. And maybe he can slide a little bit, not lose that much time. Like that's how much space he has. He doesn't need to like continue running away or worry about Presley hounding on him. He could just kind of have some leeway to do stuff and then still be able to cut through lap traffic. But yeah, I mean, we saw it right there. Warren and Melillo, they both got lapped by Cozy, and then all of a sudden, as the 99 goes by, they're like, okay, now we start. Now we need to try and be the lucky dog. Because remember, I mean, we're 136 laps in, now 137. Cautions can still come out. So you want to be the guy that gets that lucky dog. And if it's between Melillo and Warren, then, you know, they're probably going to go out as hard as they can. The problem is Warren is just falling back too much.
Right. I think you definitely have a point there. So that's something I think we'd have to sort of watch and be mindful of. Here's another good shot of Tyler Gary. This is the whole Hayes, Gary, Pierce battle that's just been going. And Cody Smith is way out back of this. He's like 2 seconds back of all this. So it's all about these three really at this point.
Oh, Melillo's pitting. Oh, strategy maybe?
I would think so. Why not? Right?
I don't know. I feel like I heard 100. I was talking to Zach while we were on the break, and I don't think. Do you remember whether Melillo said 186 laps on a stint or something like that?
He did on a full tank, but that to me feels high. Like, I think it's probably closer to like 175. But main point being, yes, you're gonna have to pit at least once in this race. Like, these fuel tanks just are not big enough, right? So now normally what they'll do, and especially at the 300, is they'll make them not live pit stops, because a lot of these late model teams don't have that much money, that many resources. You know, it's not like you can just go rent a Cup pit crew for a weekend on a show like this, right? So they'll do what ARCA does and what the trucks have done in some cases, and they'll do pit stops where they actually just throw the yellow and let the teams work on it for like, 2-3 minutes and then send them on their way. With a lot of late model stuff, that's sort of how it goes, where they'll freeze the field for like a lap or two, and then we'll turn around and, let people go at it for like 3 minutes and try and figure out what they need to change. And then by the end of that, then they'll get everybody back out on the racetrack and they'll start counting laps again. So nothing like this in this particular race, but something to note, and especially if you're going to Martinsville over the weekend, definitely want to pay attention to, because you will see some changes there. I'll put it this way. Here's my hot take crystal ball prediction that I wish there was a way to adapt this into our chat, but my hot take crystal ball prediction is that there will be some major adjustment in between lap 175 and lap 200, or in between the second and third stages of the main at Martinsville, that ends up making the difference in nabbing somebody a grandfather clock. Because you get a grandfather clock for winning this weekend the same way you do for one of the national races. So, just saying.
Okay, my question is, James, let's say you were a driver, if you win a grandfather clock, what are you going to do with it? Like, are you putting it somewhere? Are you, like, going to use it for a certain thing? Like, if you want a grandfather clock, what would you do with it? Be honest.
I'd like to think of myself as a classy individual TM. So I would.
He's a fine fellow.
Right. I once, Landon Huffman once called me the leader of the Sophisticated Things Club of Charlotte. So I'd like to think, if I've got the blessing from the newly minted Hickory Motor Speedway track champion, congrats, Landon, by the way, as we see Gary and Hayes go back at it again. And, Gary just was like, curb, nah, whatever. But I like to think I have street cred to be able to say what I do with this and have a good take, TM. So I would just put it in a nice spot where everybody could see it, and I wouldn't make it like a like a super obvious flex, I'd make it, the kind of piece you put next to the stairs, just to make that whole front hallway look a little bit better, And you'd be like, yeah, I got this grandfather clock by winning the big late model race at Martinsville a few years ago.
I'd say, yeah, casually. I just wanted.
Right.
I just wanted the grand.
Look,
I just want it, but
Look at the casual drop. B-Blaze Racing track champ LHTM in chat.
Yeah.
B-Blaze Racing gets it. He gets it. He gets it. We see it. We see it. We see you.
That was so cool though, watching Huffman win the track championship. I remember they had to tear. What was it? They tore down the engine just to like inspect, like just to make sure. And I remember they were at the track till late, and then he was like, "We'll give you an update on what happened." And then like I remember it was like, I don't know, like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and then I see the tweet. It's like, "We're champions." I'm like, "Let's go, baby."
I'll put it this way. This is what I'm going to say about that whole situation. If you are going to submit a protest in some form, then you need to have relatively strong evidence that you think someone actually is cheating. Like, if you don't have anything on paper, don't submit any. Because at that point, then there's a difference between a legitimate inquest and looking foolish. And I would argue what happened on Saturday night was more foolishness than a reasonable inquest. That's my take, though.
Okay. I see. So a tad bit of tomfoolery. That's what's going on.
No, it's just the problem is that if you do it and you don't have any sort of evidence, then it just makes you look petty and make you look like a sore loser. And whether or not that's what you're trying to go for, that's like, no one wants that, because then at that point that becomes bad PR, right? And you end up being the person that people are like, oh, you're the one who protested this person because you were mad, or you didn't like the fact you finished second or whatever. Like, don't be that person. Like, because the other thing about it is that word gets out, and then people know, A, when you protest in situations like that, and B, people know why to avoid you, essentially, when things like that pop up. Because then everybody's just like, oh, that's the protester. Like, why do we want to run with that person? Right?
Yeah. At least it ended well though. Like it ended.
Oh, it ended very.
They decided it. Huffman was the champion. Him and his team got celebrated. So at least it wasn't trolled completely.
No. So we'll welcome to a story time here in the middle of the Mamba Media show. So, yours truly was tasked with getting Landon the fire suit that you saw in all those pictures, and I managed to pick it up early that afternoon on Saturday. And as I was going to the track, I got about halfway down the road going towards Hickory, and I get a notification on my dash saying the air pressure of my left front's going down. And I'm like, oh, weird, okay. And then I get about probably 5-10 minutes away. I was in Newton. I was on the outskirts of Newton when it happened, but all of a sudden I hear the clunk.
Oh no.
And so I was trying to nurse it down the road for a little bit, and I was like, can we make it? Can we make it? Can we make it? Can we make it? My eyes were kind of like Tyler Gary's in the back of his car.
I was about to bring up that face, by the way. I was gonna ask some questions about it, but
right.
I like the way you introduced it.
We'll ask him some questions about a post race, because I want to know the story on that too. So, but eventually I started smelling tire in the cockpit. And I'm like, I gotta change this out. So, pulled over. I figured out once I stood on the wrench that it made it a lot easier to loosen up the bolt. So I did that and got the thing switched out about 15 minutes. And even with that delay, I still made it down to pit road and got Lynn in his suit with about 15 minutes to spare before Q started. Maybe more than that.
Wow.
So I put it this way, I earned my beers at Pockets and Brews that night. And if y'all haven't been to Claremont, Hickory, A, go, it's a great short track. B, Pockets and Brews, A, has those deals, B, has those pool tables, and C, is usually showing Map TV reruns of something cool no matter what time you go in. So big shout out to our friends at oh goodness gracious, my brain bragged out. Pockets and Brews, and yeah, we'll catch them on the flip side. And now I guess we return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay,
so,
good. Okay.
I guess if we're actually putting a bow tie on the story, we got some Michelins on the car now.
Okay.
We got new tires. We're all good.
All right, nice. All right. You know what? I was about to go deeper into the rabbit hole. I was gonna ask more questions, and then we're gonna get probably more off topic. But I think it's good that you're directing us back in. But look at this: Chase Pierce, Tyler Gary going at it for third, and the whole situation about River Hayes being in front of them has now gone to the past because he's now in fifth. And because of the whole situation with them sliding all over each other, making moves on each other, Hayes is falling back. I think his tires might be shot a little bit compared to Gary and Pierce. And Pierce is not quite done yet with Gary. And these two are not quite done yet with Presley Sora because I think they're catching up to him, James.
Right. No, I'm noticing that too. That I'm looking at lap times and they're pretty much dead even. It's pretty close. It's not ridiculously separated, but it's pretty close, right? So I'm keeping an eye on that, seeing how that all goes. Also, yeah. Chat asking if I effectively have many alcoholic beverages in my system, and my answer to that is actually no. As a matter of fact, I've got a great little glass of water beside me. This is the me that exists when I just get to go stream of consciousness and I don't have to put energy into, wearing a suit and tie type thing. Can I do that? Yes. But boss man Mama Smith was like, go have fun with this. Like, don't be stuffy. Like, go party. Like, enjoy yourself. Be yourself. Live yourself. Because it's another great day to be alive. And I'm having a good time because it's a great day to be alive. And I'm watching late models race in Martinsville. And it's a great iRacing combo that's incredibly underrepresented and doesn't get enough love in Sim. And I'm really excited that we get to put a spotlight on it.
Well, you took my style in the process. SMH, bro. SMH. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay, next time we'll have. I mean, I don't even know. What
I don't know if Zach's willing.
You
to
probably put on some crazy.
If Zach's willing to bring us back on now, I did go in my own direction. Put it that way.
Okay. So I have to step up the game now.
No, not necessarily. You just you have to figure out how you want to play it yourself. So. And
right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, for those who did pay attention earlier, we'll give I want to see if anybody in chat was listening hard enough because I did bring this up a little bit earlier, but I'm excited to see the reaction of the fam when we get to a point where I'm somewhere here, right? It's gonna be a fun time. So all right, so let's go to Davin and Rents actually. Let's go to Davin and Rents. I think that's where I want to go because we haven't talked about.
They're still going at it.
Yeah, it's a good battle. That's why I was looking at it.
Only thing is Presley Sora is catching up, so I don't know if that's gonna affect these guys. If any of them are gonna back out, if Rents is gonna back out first, and then if Cornelius can pull away, because Sora's here. So
is that? Did you see Davin just ride the curve there, middle of 3 and 4?
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
So
option C,
no.
Davin could make a mistake or something.
Oh yeah, true. I've seen a couple guys slide up the track. Cornelius was one of them earlier on in this race. So yeah, who knows? Maybe Brown pushes him to the point. Look at that right there. Slide out of turn 4. So here comes Cornelius and Sora. And here comes Cornelius on the outside. Brown trying to make the move. Oh, he rides the curb too. Oh, this is tough. I think Sora's going to get him though.
But I said, what do you do if you're Presley? What do you do if you're, because like they're double. Like you can't like just move them, right?
Oh, and he got stacked up there. Cornelius hit the outside wall.
Oof,
Brown is gonna get by, but for Sora, I don't think he likes that. I don't think he wanted that to happen at all. They literally just stacked up in the middle of the corner, and Sora got into him. And now, that whole situation about, I think he did. I mean, they checked up, and they made contact.
No, I thought Davin was just trying to go. No, I think Davin was just trying to go because he didn't want to be in Presley's way, and he got tight and just drove it into the fence himself.
I was going to make things worse. So look, Cornelius on the outside, 3 wide. Brown on the bottom. Remember, these two are lap cars, so they have no effect in track position apart from Cornelius and Brown running for track position themselves. But based on everybody else, look, the battle is going to continue, though. They're going to get brought back together. Hey, what goes around comes around. They're back around together.
That's a good little battle right there. That's a real good little battle. There's Chase Pierce and Gary and company trying to separate from this really good stuff. Brown to the inside, Cornelius to the outside. Party at Marty. Should use that phrase more. I feel like that feels like a good hashtag.
Party at Marty.
Party at Marty.
Is that is this a trademark you need to put up? That's probably a trademark.
I don't know. You know what?
You'd get bans if you had that one. You get a lot of money. If you made a trademark, people start using that. Party at Marty.
I want to see if I search it. Has anybody actually used it? Oh, no one's used it. Okay, yeah, no, that's okay.
Free real estate. Free real estate.
You're welcome at Martinsville Speedway.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Martinsville marketing. Gotta take notes, bro.
No, because honestly, if you go, especially in the fall, I think,
Tyler Gary.
Oh, that's Tyler Gary. What happened to Tyler Gary? What happened to Tyler Gary? Oh, he and Chase Pierce got into it. Oh, okay. Okay. Game changer TM. Let's look at the replay and actually show y'all what went down. That was that was just one of those. I almost think that Chase thought there was going to be room underneath, and then Gary got turned around and bent out of shape, and he just sort of rode. It's almost like he was trying to ride high middle of the corner and apex low, and he was trying to come back around, and Pierce was already on the gas by the time Gary was trying to come back down and contact.
Yeah, I mean, no intention, obviously.
Right.
If there was beef, we'd already been saying it. We would have already had said it. Wow, I cannot speak today. But yeah, we would have already had the beef. There's no beef, unfortunately. But yeah, for Gary though, that's gonna hurt him a little bit because he's gonna fall back to fourth. It's not gonna be like probably the biggest amount of damage. It's not gonna be the biggest problem, but like still.
B-Blaze thinking that Chase Pierce violated
TM him.
We're gonna need to trademark all our words.
The young king would never. He would never.
The young king would never.
Oh, it's gold medal. Gold medal instigating.
I need like a fable on Presley Soar. Like the young king traveled the sim racing landscape in search of checkered flags and victories across the world.
That was. Oh Lord. Oh, here we are.
So
hey, I see you from you're a little higher up here. How's the weather up there, by the way?
I mean, it may be getting colder, but my vibes are always we're wearing warm weather shirts. And most importantly, anybody let's see. If I point out this guy right here and I bring him up to camp. That guy right there. Anybody got eyes good enough to see what
I have glasses. I'm already blind, so I can't really see from the broad feed.
Anybody that's honestly
I'm blind. Somebody please help me.
Trying to this is hard to do like with I'm getting help here.
Gotta get the full screen, man.
Get
my ugly face out of it. Just show the
that one. There we go. This whole like patch right here is really good because you got a lot of iconography there that sort of sells it. So, but like that sort of there we go. God, this is hard. But the parody thing, the statue thing, the head thing, and that is a skeleton there on what would be your bottom left, sort of where the red stripe is.
I feel like I have a guess, but I don't even think I want to say it. I'll be honest.
You do?
I think.
You do or you don't? You do or you don't?
I do, but it might be hilariously stupid or genius.
Go for it.
Oh, B-Play said My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy cover.
Honestly, I respect it. Like, that's not...
Is it, okay.
That's not the answer, but it's respected.
Okay, is it a Legends of the Hidden Temple reference?
Yes!
Okay, there we go.
Yes, sir! This man, respect. We love it. Okay, all right. This man is more of a 90s child than he thinks he is. Now, where's your Lunchables or your Yoo-Hoo to go with it?
See, I knew it. Right, we're about to get a restart here, by the way. This is a very odd restart, though, because we had a bunch of people pit. We have like 5 cars roughly with the green flag, but Cozy's going to be there first. And Sora's going to hold upset. Yeah, look at the rest of the field just trying to catch up into turn 1 and 2. And got 118 laps to go, so we'll see if Cozy can hold on to it.
calling me a sauce master, B-Blaze? That sounds terrifying. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that sort of responsibility.
That's terrible.
Right.
First of all, that's an honor. First of all. Second of all.
Oh no, I was gonna say KB's like, where's my cred? And I'm like, KB's got more swag than me on a regular basis. That's we need to underscore that, right? Because like I can do a little bit, but KB actually like does it. It's like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan. No, it's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Straight up, no cap.
He said, "Excuse me." He's like, "Huh?"
No, that's Jabba da but nice try.
Okay. See, this is what it's like working with Pike. Off the camera most of the time, off of the mic. This is what it's like. You say something, there's always a pun, there's always a reference to something.
I mean, if I'm the sauce master and I'm better than fast pasta, then I guess that means that you're all in on the pescatarians, because I'm a fish after all. You know, Pikes hang out in. I've heard about the Grand Canyon and the Colorado River in particular. Big time if you're out that way. So, also note for those who have seen it at the bottom, if you're looking for the Penguin RC Simulation Grand Am series, head on over to twitch.tv/FTF_GG2 as Tyler Gary is on pit road once again. So I don't know if that hit to the wall might have hurt him a little bit more than I think normally would have been the case, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a similar situation to what Moonhead had earlier tonight, where like he had damage, and obviously Gary's damage isn't close to what Moonhead had on his car, or like McConey. But like, you know, there comes a point if you get a certain amount of damage, their car just becomes undrivable. So I hope that's not the case for Gary. Like I hope. Oh no, it might have been. Yeah, I think he's just pulled it behind the wall. I think he's done. So I think the car is just too much for him to really handle. The car was not good enough, so as he just pulled that down pit road and it's over. That's such a shame though, because Gary was so fast tonight.
No, I hate that for Tyler. That's for the pace he was running, deserved a better finish than what he would have ended up with. I think had not the damage not come in. That's a rough break for him. So we'll come back and we'll figure that one out in short order for him and probably see him at the next event. And he's gonna be quick because that's what he does. It's Tyler Gary, right?
Yeah, and I remember I was going to bring it up when he was right behind Michael Cozy Jr. at one point in tonight's race. I remember Slim Rock, you know, that happened. You know, they were going through their season a couple of weeks back, and they already ended the season, obviously. Congrats to Blake McCandless, by the way.
Our very own.
Yeah, very own Blake McCandless. Got the championship there at Atlanta. But watching Cozy Jr. and Tyler Gary, you know, watching them go at it, like in Slim Rock, was just so fun to watch. And then that shows you, like, first of all, how quick Tyler Gary is, because Michael Cozy Jr. is quite possibly one of the better drivers on the sim right now, especially all the momentum he's got going into the eNASCAR Contender Series if he can make it this fall. You know, Road to Pro has been a great campaign for him so far this year. And to see Gary like compete with him and both of them, you know, run well and race each other for multiple laps on it, it was so fun to watch. Like those two guys, because I mean they know each other. They've been racing for a while with each other.
Forever, right?
And to see them, like, you know, every time you see them on track, it always shows you like these guys, they respect each other, but like they got a lot of speed, and they'll go up to the top two spots and just run away with it if they can, because that's how good they are.
They'll be back.
We'll see Gary back.
Right. Yeah, that's we're rolling here. So we're also approaching 100 laps to go. So this is for those of you those of you who watch a certain hand egg sport. Does it count as the witching hour beginning, perhaps?
I thought the witching hour was like 3 a.m. Right?
In most cases, but for
3 a.m.
I like my witching hours at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Okay, today is what? Today's Thursday, right? Oh, there is. Yes.
Well,
I don't know. I don't pay attention to football all that much, so again, I'm wearing a Heat shirt for a reason, bro. Come on.
Yeah, but you got the best dang bird in the whole NFL. Mr. Waddle is just waddling to tutties left and right to start off the season. I'm surprised you're not repping, honestly, at some point.
I don't know if I'll rep, but I'll be like, yay. That's it. That's as far as I'll go. Well, they're playing the Bills this weekend, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that whole hype train just falls apart. I know people who are Dolphins fans, and they're like, oh my God, the Tua's a GOAT. The Dolphins are amazing, and then they're gonna play the Bills. So I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Right. Because that Bills defense, woof, man, woof. Like I don't want any of the smoke. Featuring Wake Forest Demon Deacons graduate Carlos Boogie Bash with the D line. Just would like to point that out for everybody. But yeah, lead, I guess, right? We should talk about that, right?
Yeah, we should. Michael Cozy Jr. half a second roughly on Presley Sora, but I think maybe just starting to push it a little bit. I mean, like you said, James, we're in the final 100 laps. Once we cross the start finish line, 101 this time, 101 we actually get out of turn 4. So yeah, I think Sora is just gonna go for broke here. I think they're good on strategy to the end of the race. They're coming up on what, 22 laps in a stint. They can go way longer than that. So I think Sora's just going to go for broke here. I know there's lap traffic here too, so that may play a factor. I think the lap traffic is going to stay out of the way for the most part, but you never know what could happen. I mean, it's the final segment of the race.
Right. Davin Cornelius, I think, is the only person per timing and scoring that I've got that has to pit. That's my thought. I think, right? So he will come down at some point, and then everybody else, I mean, pretty much everybody came down on that last yellow, save for Justin Malillo. So, and fun fact, everybody that's in the top 10 now coming away with money. And
dollar bills, y'all.
Right. So everybody that's left on the track is getting their money back at this point. So big, we are gathered here today to celebrate the size of this W for them.
Huge W. I mean, it's a W for everybody though, because they're getting a pair of glasses from Shaq's Eye Gear. So
I'm about to say.
I mean, I wouldn't call not being in the top 10 not a W, because it's still a W regardless.
True. You may even be getting a pair of Shaq Eye Gear. Who knows?
Me.
Depends on where Father Diesel decides to spread his early Christmas gifts.
Well, I gotta get my if I do, I gotta get my prescription on, because my blind self ain't gonna be rocking without some lenses on it.
Conveniently, if you go to ShaqEyeGear.com and you select one of their frames, if you've got your prescription scanned in a PDF, you can upload it so you can get your prescription on those glasses. As a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
True story. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty
whether
cool.
or not you got single vision or progressive lenses. You can upload your prescription. You can put in your pupillary distance, like all the big stuff that you need for people who have terrible eyes. Like, boom.
Okay, thank you. I do have terrible eyes. That is true. It's very true. This I don't know how you people do it.
I don't know how I do it half the time either. But that's the thing. Like, you don't have to worry about not getting the right prescription, because all you have to worry about at that point is just figuring out which lenses are the freshest, and then go.
Yeah, I might be. If I end up getting a pair, I might just be looking at some styles right quick. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna push my luck though. I'm not. But speaking of Shaq Eye Gear, look at Sora. He's here.
Well played. We love to see it. Yeah, he is here on Cozy. So how much did he learn in the first 200 laps? That's the big question. How much did he pick up? How much did he figure out in the first 2/3 of this race to where he might actually be able to do something?
Well, he's definitely learned a lot if it means him getting closer to Cozy, because I think this is the closest we've seen these two all race long. So Sora definitely learned a lot watching Cozy, watching the other guys around him, and now he's just using it. The young king is using the notes and applying them in this race.
Yeah, so apologies if I didn't pronounce lenses 100% correctly. That's part of the problem with naturally talking fast. The mouth moves faster than the brain sometimes, and I end up almost talking like a lisp, like this. Oh, come on, Bueno, come on. I gave that to you, silver platter. Silver platter.
See, the thing is that you get a reference going, and sometimes you make me think of something else that has nothing to do with the actual reference.
Really? So
you started hanging on the S, and the first thing that came to my mind was the snakes from Lego Ninjago. The villains in what, the first season, second season?
Okay. All right. I can respect it.
It's a Ninjago. they used to hate them, bro. They're probably they were the best enemies though. I'm not gonna lie, because Lord Garmadon, he was good, and then did the whole like Sun Trope with Lloyd. That was kind of fire. But like the skeletons were terrible, bro. Horrendous. They're like the droid. Did they take 2 seconds to kill? And it's like, bro, what am I gonna do? The snakes though.
Just like those little temple guards.
Like, oh, here comes Sora, by the way, for the lead. He's getting blocked on the back straightaway, turn 3.
Oh, he said that. Whoa, where did that come from? He said that. And I did not expect this that quick. I genuinely did not expect this to come that quick.
Well, we were talking about references for so long. We totally forgot that Sora had the run out of turn 2. and Cozy was going for the lead. Oh, now he's got to defend. But that second lane again, I said it's so tough to hold up there, like to keep the run. Fortunately, he's doing it right now. But Sora has the best line. He's got the better car. It looks like right now. Oh, look at the pinch right there. He's gonna put Cozy in the wall, and so Cozy's gonna fall back. And according to B Blaze Racing, the Young King out in front.
Did he actually get the fence? Yeah, he did get the fence there a little bit there. Not a lot, but a little bit. I couldn't tell. Did Presley pinch him that much that Cozy had no option? That's the biggest. No, I don't.
Man, it looked like no space though. Like, I mean, they were so close together. I didn't think Cozy wanted to just make contact with him more.
Presley came off the wall at like the last moment, so like I genuinely don't know. But that's the first time that Cozy has not been leading this thing basically since the green.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he got pressured a little bit earlier on in the race, you remember, but like no one's been able to shake him. Like they get close, they try something, and then Cozy just kind of hangs in there, and Cozy does what Cozy does best, and then he holds on to the lead. But now, officially pressured, officially passed, and now this is going to turn into my next thing, James, which we're going to talk about probably very soon. How does Cozy respond?
Oh, did you see him creep up on Sora's rear bumper there 1 and 2 last time? By that man,
he did.
That man's looking for it. That man is searching for some way to uproot Presley Sora and make the Young King get moving.
Oh, but he's gonna hit the wall there out of turn 2, so that's gonna lose him a bit of time. But
and then there's the flip side of it, right? Like if you push too hard, you hit the wall, and then times you're gonna give up a gap, and then you really don't have anything, right? So there's pressure here for Michael Cozy. Maybe not an excessive amount, but there is some. And introducing that element, I don't care who you are, it's gonna mess with your psychology just a bit. It's a to what degree does it mess with your psychology? That's the question we have to ask Cozy.
Yeah, there's pressure on both sides though, because you're Sora, you just took the lead, but now you're not running away with it. So Cozy's gonna try all that he can, and then if you're Sora, you have to make sure that you don't make a mistake, because if you do, Cozy's there, and then who knows in the next 80 or so laps whether you can get back around him if he makes that pass. For Cozy, pressure's on the opposite end. Now the pressure is to get by Sora again, because if he makes a mistake, then the space grows, and then Sora has a little more leeway to get comfortable and just run his race and get away from the 99 for the win. So it's just both sides, both different types of pressures. But right now, nobody has broken just yet. Cozy's been able to hold on to the pressure. Sora's been able to keep himself composed up front. It's just going to be about who cracks the first out of the two.
Right. Yeah, and that's going to be the fun thing, because these are, like, yeah, we talked about the general theme a lot tonight already, but these are two guys who have done a lot. Like, this is not their first rodeo at Martinsville. This is not the first time they've been in a situation like this. The experience will help. But how does the situation, when there's money on the line, when you got Shaq Eye gear floating left, right, center, that's going to be up for grabs, like, how does the carrot dangling on the end of the stick change the way you approach this if you're Sora, if you're Cozy, if you're, even a Chase Pierce, Jeff McConey?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think we really talked about Jeff McConey moving into the top 4 since he had that crash with Moonhead. Like, we had Darius Warren out of this race, unfortunately. Obviously, Moonhead with the crash, he's out of this race. Tyler Gary, he's out of this race. But Jeff McConey has kept it in. He had the damage earlier on, and you can tell he definitely spent time to fix it, because his bumper looks way better than it did earlier on tonight. But McConey has been able to pick up the speed as the race has progressed, and he's holding off Cody Smith right now for 4th and doing relatively well. So gotta give props to McConey. Look at the rig on the left side though. I can't get enough of it.
Oh, he knows. He knows. I love the drivers who have the ability to just come in and be like, hang 10, do whatever. You know, when they know they're on the broadcast, and I know Jeff McCody's got his setup in Tennessee just rolling right now. And that's almost an iconic shot, I would say, at this stage, because like everybody knows that when that man puts the seatbelts on, it's go time in the world of Jeff McCody. When he's got the seatbelts on, it's are you ready to go or not?
I think that's what makes his rig so much better. Like having the seatbelts, having the whole VR. It's like you're immersing yourself in the world. By the time you put those things on and you strap them tight, it's like, yeah, this is it. Like I'm here to race. Man, I should probably invest in something like that. We'll maybe someday I'll be like Jeff McConey, but I can't compete.
After your Shaq high gear though, first. Gotta get
yes, I do.
Shaq high gear to start, right? So that's we gotta make sure our priorities are set straight, right?
You're right. Our priority though should be focused back on the league, because I think there were a couple times, James, the cozy about hit Sora, maybe. So there may be some well-cooked beef by the time we're done with this.
Properly seasoned, 11 herbs and spices, a little bit of Montreal seasoning on top of that beef. Open range, like fed, like hormone-free, organic. Good beef. I think it's.
I'm surprised you mentioned that amount of seasoning, because I feel like our culture, we'd be the seasoners.
The seasoners.
Yes.
Okay, you know what my brain went with this? Totally random thought. That almost sounds like a minor league baseball team name. The season.
Honestly, yeah. That would have been bad. Imagine having to like have all seasons in a design. Kind of fire. We're giving ideas here. First a trademark, Party at Marty, and we're gonna make a minor baseball team. We're sad, guys.
Yeah, we'll bring the seasoners to play an exhibition game at the Party at Marty. But no, the problem though is that I think of once upon a time there was a hockey team, and this city has been great at holding on to hockey teams these years. It's home to a lot of ECHL teams, second tier, first tier, not big time stuff. And they went with the Cyclones as their name, and their slogan, I kid you not, was, "We're not just blowing through town," the same way that Michael Cousy Jr., I don't think, is just trying to blow through Presley Sora on corner entry there. He checked up a big bit. But I laughed so hard at that because I was like, man, we're openly admitting that the city's not been able to hold the hockey team down for like 3-4 years in a row, and we're just talking about that in the team name. I mean, go off, I guess, right?
Well, what's up with team names and hurricanes, man? What's up with teams and hurricanes and cyclones and big storms?
No. Let's talk about them. I know exactly where you're going with that. Talk about it. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see with Mario Cristobal.
Well, I mean,
you went there.
Okay.
You went there. So this is on you.
Okay. Oh, no. What are you trying to get at, though? Hold on. About hurricanes.
Look,
I live in a place where we get battered by them all the time. So hold on.
I'm aware of this, but you being a Miami guy, we can't talk about Miami and we can't.
Oh, here we go.
And hurricanes in the same sentence and not talk about the Miami Hurricanes.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. No, I was because there's Carolina, right, and that's Blake's favorite hockey team, right?
Right.
Not trying to talk smack about the Carolina Hurricanes, okay? Because Blake would be very mad at me.
If it were Blake, then yeah, we'd be talking about that. But this is you, so we're talking Miami.
Okay, yeah. I think the team, fire. The competition against the
fire.
Yeah, no, it's good. I saw a clip the other day. Isaiah Wong, I think he's staying for year 4, and he is insane. I mean, he showed up in the season and March Madness. I think he's gonna show up even better this year. And finally, if we get to face off against those Jayhawks, we may have a chance to win. Because, I know a couple of days ago we covered the college iRacing series, and there was a certain driver sporting a certain Jayhawk from that place. So, and you were about to make a joke about it. I'm glad you didn't, but you were about to.
You mad, bro?
Jeez, man. Jeez.
A little bit? Okay. All right. Well, hey, we'll let you cool off. And yellow flag is out on the racetrack, and I'm not sure where it is. It's a great question. Maybe. Virgin. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I know. It
It's Malillo.
It was Justin Malillo. Okay. So Malillo gets loose in the corner and just sort of lost it and ended up in the middle of the groove. We'll see the replay here. But yeah, he just looped it around and just got stuck. And just went, ooh.
Slippy slide.
Can't let that one slide, right? So he got out of the way, was like, let me step. And we are going to take the opportunity under yellow to get a commercial break in as your leaders come down pit road. And we are getting into the final 50 laps of the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq iGear. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the finale coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq iGear live on FTF.GG. .GG. Make sure we get that one cleared up because that was my bad last time. Live here from the virtual Martinsville Speedway on iRacing. James by Kenneth Bueno about to get you going with a restart that is going to come with 55 laps to go. And for all the fun we've had tonight, it's about to be crunch time here. So these guys are about to go cozy on the gas pedal, Chase Pierce on the gas pedal. Presley Sora slid through his stall and is going to have to make the charge of his life through this field as Cozy jets away. And goodness gracious, McCody got left in the dust. So here comes Chase Pierce down to the bottom to make moves.
Yeah, if there's anybody else really that's been in competition top three, especially that last run, if you're not counting Cozy Jr. and Sora, it has to be Chase Pierce. But he's struggling. He's struggling to get around McCody. So that may just allow Michael Cozy Jr. to run away. Sora is in a hornet's nest, to be fair. He's pretty much everywhere on the racetrack trying to get around River Hayes, trying to get around Davin Cornelius, Cody Smith in the 18. All these guys, look at this. 2 by 2, 2 rows deep. And Sora's just on the inside, struggling for dear life right now.
Cozy's already opening it up by about a second. Chase Pierce has managed to hang off the back of Jeff McConey. And then, yeah, look at that mess there. Pierce, Cornelius, Cody Smith, Presley, Sora with the big move to the inside to try and get to the bottom and get a spot. He's got to go now, though. If he wants any shot at trying to get to Cozy, he's got to get the track position back.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, we're going to the final 50 laps. Like, he needs to make the move. Now, here comes Smith, a little sideways. That's a big save, though. He's going to be able to keep it out. Jeez, man, that was really close. That could have brought us another caution. And finally, Pierce has had enough of the McConey man, and he's going to make a move himself. And here comes Cornelius, actually, into the top, maybe top 3 if he can get around McConey. So I think this is the first time, James, we see Cornelius up in the top 3. He may be the Luigi out of the 2 traction cars, but he's winning the fight right now.
Look at that block that McCody just tried to throw on Presley Sora. He went down like 2 lanes on the backstretch to try and keep him at bay. But then Presley was just like, no, I'm not having it. And but wow, I almost want to get a replay of that because that was one of the wilder moves I've seen.
Oh, he's going to get moved.
Oh, hello, River Hayes. Oh, beef. That is beef. That is 100% beef. And there goes Cody Smith around and okay. All right. It wouldn't be Martinsville without a few tempers flaring, right?
Oh my God. What was happening? That was okay. 2 different instances. First of all, Sora absolutely slamming into River Hayes on the back straightaway. I mean, it wasn't even a block. He just said, no, you are not getting this run on me in turn 3. I'm going to slam you and stall the momentum. He did, to be honest. And then Cody Smith just ends up sliding up into McConey and then goes up on 2 wheels. So it does a nice impression of, I don't know who.
Like, I kind of want to see, like, the whole last 3 laps before this, because there's the contact with Sora and McConey, and that opened the door for Hayes. And then Sora tried to throw the block there, and then McConey made contact with Cody Smith just a bit further back of all this, and that's actually what brings up the yellow. So you see McConey get sent up the racetrack, and then you see Cody Smith come, and he was just trying to, I don't think he had any idea that McConey was alongside him, because he was just trying to get back to the wall to get a good entry into 3, and just, I think, had no clue that McConey was there.
I mean, I think right here, when you see McConey widen up out of turn 2 just because of what happened before, like, you'll see the lap before, you'll see the build up to it right here. Cornelius makes the move, here comes Sora, and then the huge block to Sora, by the way. Insane block. Sora finally gets to the bottom, but then this is the setup for turn 1, right? You see them both go side by side, and then here comes River Hayes into the whole mix. He's going to try and go in it as well, and then McConey's going to get center of the track. So, I mean, you know, to be fair, Smith could just have thought right here, hey, I'm going to pass him. I'm literally going to clear him by the time I get to the middle of the back straightaway, but just he was still there.
Not clear. Definitely not clear. Definitely not clear. So, and take a look here. I heard lights are going to go off the pace car next time by. That was my hunch. A lot of damage to Cody Smith as well. But yeah, like for all the racing that we've done, here we are, and we get to it, and now we're within the last 50 laps, and now everybody's starting to get all antsy with it, you know?
I mean, if you're packed in, like, look, like, okay, guys like Devin Cornelius, Rance Brown, you know, McConey, even though McConey was in the top 5 in that last long green flag run, like, this is really the closest they've been up to the front of the field in a while, or at all. In the field. So, like, if you have the final 50 laps, like, just go for it.
Remember what happened between McConey and Sora last run, and look where they're starting, right? You know, nose to tail here. So
that barbecue's getting ready.
Yeah, file that away through the memory banks as we get set to roll. As Cozy gets on the gas pedal. That was a good restart there for River Hayes, who's going to try to go outside of Chase Pierce. How about that?
Well, he tried, but again, that outside line is just not worth it. How about 3 wide, though? Look at Sora to the inside. Cornelius onto Pierce. Is there going to be enough space? Yes, they're going to make contact once and twice, and they're still 3 wide. But I think that's what Sora wanted, James. Punt your way, slide through everybody, and now he's got Cozy. Well, never mind, not anymore, because here comes River Hayes. Contact again.
Oh, they are about to just do something here. Everybody's bouncing. Like, this is Michael Cozy Jr., and then the brawl has begun here with 50 to go. They are trying to absolutely just tear each other down here from second on back. So Cozy's chilling, but my hunch is we might just end up getting some form of yellow at some point in all this, because like this just does not seem sustainable.
Bro, when I saw the blocks on the back straightaway, I was like, yeah, oh, there goes Sora around. Oh, no, Cornelius.
There it is.
He gets a hit of it to River Hayes. You talked about the taps, the 1, 2, 3, James. And I think that was the 3rd one, or the 4th one, or the 5th, or the 6th, or the 7th. That could, yeah, no, that was enough. Sora went around. That's another caution.
Right. Oh, we gonna have some words here? Maybe, yeah. I think he knows who got into him a little bit, right?
You know, racers are like elephants. They never forget, even though it literally happened 3 seconds ago.
This is true. This is very, very true. So here's the replay. This was the final set of bumps that actually led us to the yellow, and this is the contact between Hayes and yeah, just one driver overdrives through the corner. Sora locks up. Cornelius had nowhere to go. Justin Malillo just snuck out of that, to be fair. Credit to him.
Yeah, like here's Cornelius, and he watches this. I mean, there's literally nowhere to go at that point. I mean, Sora's locking up the brakes. He's already full on sideways. Those tires are locked. So Cornelius either had to make a last-second swerve that probably wouldn't have worked, or just accept the fate and just go for the impact and then just try to slow down as much as you can. That's exactly what Cornelius did there, and especially because look at that. Look at Rance Brown. He literally stuffs it on the curb 3 wide. We didn't really see that either until this replay. He literally stuffed it in bottom 3 wide with Chase Pierce in the middle, and so even if Cornelius wanted to make a move, he literally could not.
I think my favorite thing here with Rance is that, you know, for all the drivers who tried to like go for it and like really tried to push it, Rance has been very patient in all of this, and he's just sort of let this play out. And now we're starting to see basically everyone not named Michael Cozy get into it with one another. River Hayes getting bounced around, Sora getting bounced around, McConey got sent a little bit, Cornelius got into it, and Rance has just sort of been hanging and waiting and holding out for his moment. And now, like, he's got a cleaner car than the rest of them. He's got less damage than the rest of them, and he's going to be starting what, 5th, 3rd car on the inside. So you get the right move on Presley Sora on the restart, and you're gonna be 1st car on the inside behind Michael Cozy Jr. That's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, but are you expecting another yellow though, or are you expecting it to still keep up with Cozy? Because like,
I don't think. I think you have to go. I don't think it matters. I think you have to push for it no matter what. So
yeah, but I mean, you don't want to be in a scenario like we saw right there, where everyone's just side by side, beating and banging on each other for 2nd, and then Cozy's just gone. He's like, bye bye, have a great time, and he's literally gone.
wait. He's like, what?
He said, bye, have a great time.
Oh,
that's what he said.
I always go with the cricket commercial, like the fuzzball characters. I don't know if they actually have names, but I would just look at them and be like, okay, bye. But say
oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Right.
Bye.
Hi. Okay,
You've brought back a terrible memory, unfortunately.
2018 was a fun year. Let's see what this restart looks like, though. Coming to 37 laps to go in the Mama Media Martinsville 300, presented by Shack Eye Gear. What does Michael Cozy do? What does River Hayes do? Oh, he's going to back it up deep in the restart zone and then go. So that gives him a little bit of breathing room, and they'll still be door to door for 2nd as Cozy leaps off by about maybe a car length or 2. And I guess the other question is, what's the damage done to Presley Sora's machine?
It doesn't look to be too harsh, but here comes McConey now. He's going to swerve in front of Rance Brown, so he's going to take over a place inside the top 5, actually top 4 for a moment. They go side by side between 5th. Chase Pierce and Rance Brown going at it. Now here's a look at McConey on the backside of Presley Sora. They're going to remain door to door. But again, James, that's all I said. You cannot go side by side for 2nd this long. Now 3 widest. McConey would go to the inside in turn 3 and not expect Michael Cozy Jr. to just run away with it, because he is.
Oh, wow. Sora, I think, expected McConey to take it 3, and he got into River Hayes, and I imagine River Hayes is not exactly happy about that, to say the least. That's sort of my hunch. So we'll see where McConey and Sora go or don't go with this. But Sora's car is beat up more than I think he'd like.
Yeah, no, Sora's car is beat up a good amount. Here comes Pierce now to the inside, but then you look at the clean cars behind him. Like you said, Rance has been kind of hanging around the whole race. River Hayes, he's been in some contact tonight. He's been around the front part of the field, but he's surprisingly one of the cleaner cars. So Hayes may have some extra pace here on Sora now that Sora's got that unusable middle lane. And it looks like Hayes is going to really complete this pass, and Rance Brown is going to be the next one to follow. So now they've single filed out, but James, you've let Michael Cozy Jr. get away by 1.7 seconds as Brown hip checks Sora off the racetrack at a turn 2.
So Sora's starting to fall back. Looks like I think Cody Smith is trying to get there, and a whole bunch of other people are trying to make moves. That's Michael Klein there that's actually gotten around Sora. So yeah, I think Sora's car definitely really is hurting.
He definitely needs a caution to make some time up on pit road, repairing that car. Look at Rance kick out the rear end. There's Sora now under fire. This seems to be from That is Michael Klein, the 03. Wearing the 45 with the custom paint scheme, the Chevy accessories paint scheme, but that is the 03 we're talking about. So he's going to go to the inside now. And Sora, that mistake on pit road and then everything that's ensued has not been the good scenario at all. It's been quite possibly the worst case for Sora. Has been one of the best drivers all night long. Really one of the only ones to fend in front of Michael Cozy Jr. instead of just running behind him. And now Chase Pierce has taken it over for P2 at least above Jeff McConey. So we'll see if he's got anything for Cozy, but it's 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's a big act to Cozy, who's got the cleanest car now by a landslide in all of this. Pierce has got second. I think there definitely is more damage than we initially suspected from that incident that Sora had there. I would imagine that something in that left front wheel well and that hub probably got torn up a little bit there, and that's not exactly how you want these sorts of things to go. As we see Rence Brown again, just making that quiet little run down to the bottom underneath River Hayes. Little hip check there in the middle of 3 and 4 to finish off the move. And now Michael Klein's going to get in there and get to the inside of Hayes. So Hayes can't retaliate on Brown. That's I guess if you're going to hip check, there's some intentional movement there, but arguably smart stuff there, because if you're going to get somebody as a driver, as a racer, the idea is get them in such a way that they can't immediately pay you back. That's what Rence just did.
Yeah, and also do it in a way where you don't give yourself that much damage. That little hip check, we've seen multiple drivers use it tonight. They're able to get away with it without any significant right or left side damage. So you think about Hayes, he just got hit on the left side, and his left side looks completely fine. For Rence Brown, his right side, it's a little messed up, but that's from previous contact in the race, not just what happened there with River Hayes in the middle of the corner. So you can do that hip check, you prevent any possible retaliation, and then you can just escape without any damage, so you're not really hurting your car in any way either.
Just looking at lap times here, Cozy and Pierce are in their own world, completely in their own world. 20.4s for both of them. McConey just put down a 5, Rence next up with a 7, and then actually take that back, 7, 7s, 8, 7. It would help if I read the right column, right? But long story short, McConey may be backing up to Rence, and then Rence sort of giving the time back. They've sort of been yo-yoing, I've noticed. So
a little bit. And again, it goes back to the point that I mentioned with Cozy and Sora earlier on in the race, where if you have such a big buffer, you don't necessarily need to be pushing so hard every single lap just because you had that space to work with. And when you have such a large gap, we see a lot of guys get comfortable, so that may be why you see that yo-yo effect happen, is because guy pulls out in front, he gets comfortable, guy behind him starts catching, and then they start to accordion again, and then it may happen all over if somebody makes a pass. But you have that opportunity if you're a driver behind to chase up on the more comfortable driver and just catch them off guard. So we'll see if Brown is able to do that on Jeff McConey. He is catching up. He did set a lap faster than McConey last time, but we'll see what happens when they actually cross the start finish line this time through. It's a 29.36 for Rence, 28.30 for McConey. So a better lap that time by. They're starting to even out a little bit more. But yeah, we'll just see exactly if they get closer together. But I figure this may be, James, way better than what they were experiencing on the restart. Just literally packed up all like sardines with each other coming into the corner.
Right, and all of a sudden, look at the clock there. 21 laps to go in this race. Not a lot of time left for these drivers to make big time moves. So if you're going to try and run somebody down, you're going to try and catch somebody, go time is it's about now, basically.
Yeah, and with this track being so short, Martinsville being a half-miler, I always say the same thing with this track. I say it with Bristol as well, as Sora goes to the inside of River Hayes. And something had to have gone wrong here with River Hayes here, James, because he's kind of fallen through the pylon, and back to P7 he is to a damaged car in front of him in Presley Sora. So who knows? Maybe it's the tires underneath that late model stock car. But with all these short tracks, you see 20 laps to go, you blink, and the race is over. That's literally how fast things happen, like how fast you whip laps around this track. And at Bristol and, even tracks like Richmond, you can go a little bit farther in that short track category. It just happens so quick that, you think about 18 laps to go at like a Michigan or even intermediate tracks, and it's like, all right, I've got some time. Here it's like, okay, yeah, I need to rush. I need to go now.
Right. We'll see how it all pans out as get a good look here at Michael Cozy Jr.'s machine. Cleanest car on the field and the pride of Hagerstown, Maryland, who's just rolling with this, on his way to $300 if he can keep it clean. I don't know, maybe he bleeds a little bit at that second and a half lead that he's got just from the fun of it. But this really has been Michael Cozy Jr.'s race. Sort of never, I don't know if never in doubt is the right word, but he's had that, what I call the Alabama effect, in that regardless of where he is on the racetrack, you always have to worry about him because you know how fast he can be, right?
Oh yeah, that is true. I mean, I would have said the same thing if I were any NBA fan in like 2012 when the Heat were still around as a super team, but
right.
But yeah, no, you are right. Cozy Jr. has been basically the best driver all night long. Yes, Sora is quick. Yes, River Hayes was quick. Yes, Tyler Gary was super quick. But apart from that little pass by Sora to Michael Cozy earlier on in the race, this 99 car has been the best by a long shot. Now that he's 1.6 seconds ahead of Chase Pierce to P2 with 14 laps to go, literally all he has to do is just run the laps the way he's been doing it all night long. Just keep the muscle memory through, and he's going to win because, you know, he's been the best driver. He's led the most laps. He's been the most dominant. And he's one of those guys, James, where, you know, you try your best to punch through the wall, and that wall's going to stay strong no matter what. So Cozy's just going to run away and just going to hope to keep it, at least without a yellow flag, with the final 12 laps left.
Just chilling here, and Rentz hasn't been able to pull that gap in on McConey all that much either. I've been watching a lot of times there too. Rentz had a 10th on McConey that last time by, but again, it's been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Although Rentz was a 10th quicker last time by too, so maybe he's got something here. And a reminder, this is for a podium spot in an interview here at the end of the broadcast. So certainly something left for these two to fight for in particular.
The thing is, though, does Rentz have enough time to get around him? Because, you know, we've seen guys get close to the rear end of others, but, you know, it's so hard to pass here, officially make a move and build all that momentum. So Rentz not only has to close up on McConey, get to his rear bumper, but then force a pass. And then by that time, you're talking about way less than 10 laps to go, because we're coming across 10 laps to go right now out of turn 4. So Rentz has to do a lot of work in very little time, and I'm not sure whether it's going to be able to be completed by the time we're done. But again, anything can happen, and McConey is still prone to mistakes just like everybody else. So who knows?
Right. McConey actually was faster than Rentz that last time by. Here's a good look at Chase Pierce, who's got P2 relatively well locked down at this stage. In pretty good shape, I think, across the board for him to nab that runner-up money. A little bit of cash, some Shaq Eye gear. But he's another one of those, been strong all night, been solid all night, just been sharp, really. And you can tell the short track prowess is really, really there with him.
Yeah, it's definitely true. And he hasn't really been the biggest standout driver tonight. We talk about Cozy Jr., we talk about now the McConeys and Rentz Browns, the Presley Soras, the Tyler Garys, but often we haven't talked about Chase Pierce in this 17. He's been so good all night long. And by the way, he started 7th out of a 13-car field. That's a good amount of positions he had to make up when we dropped the green for lap number 1. So as we get to 7 laps to go, he's in P2, comfortable spot. I know he's probably not going to be able to catch Michael Cozy Jr. in enough time, but to be on the podium, get some cash, and then get the Shaq Eye gear piece along with it, it's a very successful night for Chase Pierce.
A super sharp night for Chase Pierce. 7 laps to go, though, for Michael Cozy Jr. to bring home the Martinsville 300 from Mama Media, presented by Shaq Eye Gear. Man, it's just chilling out front, and it wouldn't be cozy without a little bit of that green, and B, the 99 out front, right?
Oh yeah, I know Starcom Racing had the right stat number when they were racing the Cup Series, but I think that it's now the trademark of Cozy. Like, you see the 99, you know it's Cozy on the sim.
Right. And he's been so good for forever, it seems like, right?
He's showing him. He's showing just how quick he is, and you put him in other combos, other cars, other tracks, and he still shows how fast he is on any type of surface. I remember in the Road to Pro qualifying iRacing series, when they raced at Bristol Dirt, Cozy was part of a Logitech GLTC Sports 1-2-3 sweep in one of the splits. So, like, you know, that's how good Cozy Jr. is. Not only him, but his team, how much presence they've put in the eNASCAR and sim racing world, and he is literally just vibing right now, James. Vibing on the track, 3 laps to go. Just put these laps in. That's another checkered flag added to Cozy's long list of them in sim racing.
Man's got a penchant for the big events. He shows up, he has a good time, he parties hard, he wins, right? And so the question, it's almost like the qualifying series, the contender series are truly the last frontier, I think, for him to conquer. But he's someone where, you see him go through contender series and end up in Coke next year. I'm not shocked in the slightest at all. Little weave down the straightaway here. 1 lap and change to go for Mr. Michael Cozy Jr.
And all he needs, just another perfect lap right here. Nothing much, and he's going to be able to win now. It's 1.9 seconds and growing between him and Chase Pierce. What a night it's been for Michael Cozy Jr. Got passed by Sora, got back around with strategy, and here he is, about to win.
Party at Marty. Hashtag book it. Use it Martinsville Speedway. But it is Michael Cozy Jr.'s Party at Marty. He wins the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq Eye Gear. Nice work for Michael Cozy to dominate. We'll see whether or not he burns it down. And I guess we're going to have to ask him about his favorite kind of hot dog, too. It's Martinsville, right? We started the show with hot dogs, so we got to close it down, too, right?
And I was about to say that. Yeah, you asked Reds about that. Yeah, you got to ask Mike Cozy Jr. about that. He's the winner. He's going to get the grandfather. Actually, you should probably ask him where he's going to put the grandfather clock.
I'm going to ask him what Shaq I get Perry wants. That's
well, true.
That's what I wanted.
All 3 of those are valid, very valid.
Right. Burn it down, Michael Cozy Jr. with the big time. Big time donuts there. Krispy Kreme style. That's what I call them.
Got the glaze on it too.
Yeah, right with the smoke. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. This is why we keep you around, Kenneth Pointer. You have good ideas. Better than mine, more often than not.
Nah, sometimes. I mean, you get me lost with the references. If we play a game of references, you have me beat. There's a lot of things you do well that I can't even. I can't.
Does that make you blue? Dabba dee dabba da.
I thought it was if I was green, I would die.
No,
you could say it both ways.
Yeah.
Well, if you were green, you wouldn't die. If you're Michael Cozy Jr., you'd win because black and green to victory lane.
Dubs for Michael Cozy Jr. Let's talk about results there. So Cozy, Chase Pierce, Jeff Piccone, Rence Brown, Michael Klein, your top 5. We're going to talk to the top 3 in just a moment. Presley Sora, Cody Smith, Davin Cornelius, River Hayes, and Justin Melillo. The rest of your top 10, your final 3 drivers, Tyler Gary, Davis Warren, and Travis Moonhead Brown, making up the field in this Martinsville 300. We'll see if we can't get Cozy in a few moments. And hey, look at that. I see him. He's close. So what do you think? You think we should do it? Should we pull the trigger there, KB?
We might. I think we should.
All right, then let's pull the trigger, and I guess we'll bring in Michael Cozy Jr. and see what the Maryland man has to say about getting dubs here at Martinsville. So, Mr. Cozy, we know you have experience one of these big time events, but a place like this, car like this, I feel like a lot of the battle for you was consistency. So, what is it about this place that makes it tricky to just get into a groove and start clicking off consistently fast lap times?
Man, I don't know. I love this track so damn much. I feel like, I don't know. I've been driving this track for 10 years now in this simulator. I love this place so much. Just for me, it's like when I saw this event was going up, Martinsville 300, like I love short track racing. I love it so much. Martinsville especially like is my number 1 track. Oh my God, I love this track so damn much. So to see some late models going on here with some money on the line, I absolutely wanted to try my luck. And a couple of the fast guys showed up. It was great battling with these guys. But man, I'm telling you, it was interesting because I haven't driven these style late models in a while, and it just the combination of not a whole lot of power, but it was an odd feeling car around here, but you could really, I feel like I was changing my line all race though. It was like just playing around and changing different things, even brake bias going up and down with that at different points in the race. And even the tires, the way they were wearing, like the left sides weren't wearing at all, but the right sides, it was all right sides this tire race. So just really keeping up. Obviously it was a long race too, and it was great. We didn't have a whole lot of cautions, really let us get some race runs in and properly figure some stuff out. But man, it was tough to pass out
out there, and track position was key. I was lucky I got it, and then I lost it and got it back. I that's another thing. I got to apologize to my man Presley. I got in the back of there on pit road. I was trying to get every little inch I could. I didn't even consider a speeding penalty. I was afraid I might have just booped him there a little harder into his pit box than he wanted, but I know he got back up there and it got crazy. But I just wanted to apologize to him. And either way, it was a hell of a fun time out there.
All right, so you got to talk to me here. Hot dogs. We know Martinsville's all about them. So your take on that recipe, if you've not had one, chili and sauteed onions. What do we feel about that on a hot dog?
Yes, please. I like everything. Give me everything. When I go to Martinsville, I'm getting them all the way, and I'm eating as many as I can. I'm telling you. Give me even throw a little bit of mayonnaise on top of there. I'm telling you, I'll take them any way you give it to me. Those hot dogs are delicious.
Mayonnaise. That's a flex I've not expected nor heard in a long, long time. I feel that you gonna be down here for October, perhaps?
I wish. This is going to be the first year I'm going to miss the fall race probably since 2015. And I hate to say it, but that's probably for the best, because if I had to sit there and watch them cup cars go around there like they did in the spring, I might have just as well jumped off the top of them grandstands. So we'll catch it maybe next year.
That's why we do the lay bottles with less power and less adventure, but more fun. I guess any celebratory beverages of choice now that you got $300 and Shaq Eye gear coming, right?
Oh my God, hell yeah! Well, I got a trip to Australia coming up here, so I'm gonna be taking that money with me, I think. But I got some Busch Light apples in there, some Smirnoffs I might finish off tonight. We'll see how it goes. Oh man, I'm excited, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight.
Last big question. You know what a pair of Shaq Eye gear you're gonna be getting after all this? You have an idea what you're looking at here?
I do not. I'm excited to look though. My goodness gracious.
Okay, all right. I'm
Do you have any recommendations, man?
I can see you being a Quest guy.
Okay.
With that black and that blue.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that in consideration. I'm gonna remember that then.
I can see that square frame. You know, you got that sharp face that works for it. Like it works. I can see it. That's just me. But hey, Michael. Big congratulations to you on your Mama Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq Eye Gear Dub. Go drink the drinks and make some hot dogs for yourself. Party on, party hard, gear up, game on, have fun. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much.
Michael Cozy Jr., winner at Martinsville this evening. Let's slide on down to Chase Pierce with that solid rock run in P2. He is with Kenneth Bueno.
Yes, sir. Indeed, he is. Chase, I think I call this an underrated performance from you. Didn't really talk about you all that too much here through tonight's broadcast, but you come up from P7 at the drop of the green to P2 by the end of it. First of all, how was it like to just pick your way through traffic and be able to cut through some of the biggest names in tonight's event?
It was pretty crazy. Very hard to pass here in these late model stocks. I don't have a lot of experience in them. I run the supers a lot more, but it was very difficult to pass. A lot of fun. Made a challenge out there. That last green flag we had on the restart, it was hectic there.
And give us a perspective of what's like behind the wheel, because as broadcasters, you know, we had the chance to see it from the outside. Like we see the doors beating and banging, drivers going all over the place, sending huge blocks on the back straightaway. But as a driver, how was that type of experience on the restart, seeing all those guys go all over the place and just try to tear each other up for that P2 spot?
Yeah, it was very tight racing. Had to really pay attention out there. Just wait for a mistake. Pay a lot of attention, try not to wreck each other out there, but a lot of fun.
And you kept it clean. That's a P2 right behind Michael Cozy Jr. here on the podium. That does mean, though, got some money, got some Shaq Eye gear going along your way. So is there anything you've looked at so far, or you're just excited to get the money and get some of the glasses and go on your way?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't know a lot about the eye gear that he has, but I'll be looking at it and interested to see what he has.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. I'm sure you'll find the one right for you, and that'll be a lot of fun. But Chase, of course, a huge run here for Martinsville. A lot of fun watching you out on track. P2 tonight in this Mama Media Martinsville 300. So thank you so much for taking some of the time to talk with us. Congratulations on the second place finish, and hope to see you at the next Mama Media event coming soon.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, Chase Pierce moving into P2, the 17 car, my favorite number, ends up second on the racetrack. And James, I talked to the man in McConey's setup shop earlier before we started tonight's race, but you got a chance to talk to him after he finishes third.
Jeff McConey back in the booth. Only person to get 2 interviews today, so you've done your work well, my friend, if you made it up here. The mid-pack racing, though, let's talk about that because there was a lot going on there. So you tell me what that was like to beat, to bang, to go after everybody. Cat vision here on FTF.GG. So we got a cat, we got stories to tell about the mid-pack racing. Just take me through all of it and what it was like from your perspective. Oh man, yeah, we gotta fix that.
Hold
part
on,
first.
I'm back. I think Danica might have hit it with her paw when I picked her up.
Wild.
Yeah, I'm here celebrating with Danica Catrick, who's not usually allowed near the rig, and now there's cat hair all over my wheel. But we'll take it. I mean, yeah, like you said, it was just beating and banging all throughout the field. I caused a wreck around lap 50. I was playing with my radio trying to get in contact with Joey Masevich, who was spotting me, so that was entirely my fault. I just drifted off the wall and caught his right rear. I mic'd up immediately and apologized, but I'll say it here. That was my fault. I apologize. Stupid move on me, and I'm sorry that I took him out of the race. But, yeah, Joey made a phenomenal call. We were discussing back and forth on what we wanted to do because when I came in pit, I didn't realize I had filled up the tank during the first caution. And so we could have gone out to lap 230 on fuel. So we were discussing, do we want a short pit or do we split it in half or do we wait it out until the end? And Joey said, we're going to wait it out, go as long as we possibly can. The only time we're going to pit is if we lose the lucky dog, which at the time we were running 6th. We weren't in danger of losing it, so we stayed out. Caught a really lucky caution, got the lucky dog, fixed a bunch of damage, took right side tires. We never changed the left sides the entire race. And yeah, it was just that really lucky call. And then I knew Presley and River were getting pretty sick of each other, so I just took it to the bottom of 3 there and went around, rode 2nd for a little while, and then brought it home 3rd. I somehow kept it in front of Rentz.
Yeah, well, at the end of there, were you watching lap times, just trying to hold your own? How were you trying to manage that gap between you and Renz to maintain P3?
I was very lucky to have Joey spotting and crew chiefing for me, so he and I worked together a lot. He and I raced together a lot, and then for Road to Pro, when he's driving, I'm on the box for him. So he and I have been friends for a long time now, so we work really well together. He knows exactly what information I need. I know exactly what to ask for and what to give him when he's driving. So he was just feeding me lap times. He was telling me, really, he would only talk to me when I was pulling. So when he was talking to me, that was a good thing, and that meant to keep doing what I was doing. If he was silent, that meant I needed to focus and start turning better laps. So we managed the gap. I think he got me down to about 0.8 for a while, and then I started pulling away, and the car really, for me, came in after about 25 to 30 laps. At that point, I could finally get it to cut to the bottom, and it wasn't so plowing tight, but it was up to that point. It was very difficult to get that car to rotate with the way I was driving it.
So now you're here, P3. You get a little bit of money. We got to talk hot dogs first. Got to talk hot dogs first.
Okay.
It's Martinsville, right? So yeah, sautéed onions and chili on top of your hot dog, Martinsville style. How we feel about that? How we feel about that?
I have not been to Martinsville before, but I really want to go, and I think I might go in October. So my style of hot dog, I'm either a traditionalist with just ketchup, more ketchup and mustard. I'll tolerate that. But if you're going to go all in, do it Chicago style. You can get the pickle in there. You get the onions. You get a little bit of relish, not too much. Ketchup, mustard, everything on there. That's what I'm a big fan of. But the Martinsville style with the chili on it, that's also good. If I'm feeling lazy, and I might do it tonight because it's 8:30 here in Tennessee, I might just cut up like 2 hot dogs and throw them in a mini can of beans. So we'll see. But now that I actually have some money, apparently I've won money, I can afford to dine up a little bit. So maybe I'll have hamburgers. I don't know.
Honey, we got to get people reading the rule book. Jeez, come on now.
I read the rule book, but I didn't think I had a chance at the top 3, so I didn't even look at the prizes. I was too busy making sure all my information was submitted for the broadcast, and then put the wrong number. Yeah, and then I put the wrong number.
You got a Benjamin out of all this. So
I made $100.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, Danica. You're getting the upgraded cat food. You're getting some tuna tomorrow.
The Royal Canin, I guess, right?
I made $100. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Right? So now, I guess final question. Say one to you that we asked Mr. Cozy. Surely we have a beverage of choice, right?
I don't drink personally, so I'm a big fan of Sprite. But I've been trying to drink less soda.
Yep. Is a beverage.
But I've been trying to drink less soda. But I was sick yesterday. I got back from Atlanta. I was sick all day yesterday, so I didn't get to practice. I was sick like half the day today. So I would say my beverage of choice afterwards is I'm going to take like one of the smaller cups, get about halfway filled with water, and then put one of those emergency packets in there and drink that.
Yeah.
That's going to be my beverage of choice tonight.
I will second the emergency piece. Anytime I'm starting to feel a little bit a little tablet emergency and a 16-ounce glass of water, and you just mix that up and go. And
I go with the 8-ounce, so it's super concentrated. You just get it down, get it over with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hate the flavor, and it tastes like sand going through your teeth. But yeah, I mean, I got to thank everyone that makes it possible here. I got this awesome jersey from Abruzzi. It's now covered in cat hair. Sorry about that, boys. We've got McConey Setup Shop, McConey Entertainment, Abruzzi Racewear, the Sim Racer movie, which I just saw in Atlanta, and it is phenomenal. So when that comes out on streaming services soon, make sure to go see it. Awesome people that behind the scenes. It is a very, very cool movie and an amazing project. So be sure to watch that. We got WSMN 1590 and 95.3 FM, and you can listen in at WSMN.live. And then Ron the Snack Guy, if you're ever looking, I'll have some of the caramel corn. I have it sitting up there on my counter. I'm going to have some of that later tonight as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Get the Bear Claw popcorn. It is absolutely amazing. So thank you to all of them that make this possible. And I can't believe I made $100, man. That's awesome.
You know what you won't have to spend that $100 on though?
What?
New pair of Shaq Eye glasses. You are 100% a breach guy. I can tell. Talking about earlier, breach guy.
Okay.
The grays, because they sort of blend into the McConey brand already, because you use black and yellow, right? So they just complement what you're already doing, right?
That's awesome, and they'll look great with these Abruzzi gloves, which you can get personalized with your name on them. I went with the Dale Jr. style because we're partnered with Junior Motorsports. I got the 03 on there, Tony Setup Shop logo, and then they're customized, and the boots as well. If you can't see it, maybe you can see it on camera. It's got the name and number and flag right there on the bottom as well. So you can get all that over on the Abruzzi website, AbruzziRacewear.com/McConey, I think it is off the top of my head. But just make sure you don't get it all covered in cat hair because I'm still picking it off. Thanks, Danica Catrick.
Yeah. Cat's cool till you have to deal with the cat hair. That's always my takeaway. But there is Jeff McConey, who comes home with P3 this evening, $100, and KB. They couldn't contain my fits. That's a big thing. So much through that my fits now are translucent. They go everywhere, right? So, just a fitting way, I think, to end the evening at this point. It's actually just like, I'm done with it. I'm not having it. But 3 fits for every 100 miles. I thought that was appropriate. Right?
It's a good idea. I think that was fair. I was gonna do something. I was gonna slide in. I was waiting till Zach actually had us both on the screen. I was gonna make it like a little cool dramatic entrance, but I'm not gonna do that anyway. But yeah, I was gonna hold on.
All right, hold up. Look at this man. Look at this man going Chris Collinsworth with it. He's like,
I gotta slide in, man.
Right?
Slide in a little bit. But yeah, no. You brought the drip. I like it. I may have to step up my change game when we do another event soon. But yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. A lot of good racing actually with these late model star cars. Michael Cozy Jr. being a god. Being a god in the sim. He does what he does best. Michael Cozy be balling, and he did it. That was so cool. How did McConey not know he was gonna win $100 if he finished in the top? There's no way.
That was great. He literally he was like, "What? I want $100? What?" Beautiful, but that's
they said what?
We're
that's
givers.
Awesome though. That's awesome.
We're lovers and givers here at Mamba Media. That's what we do, right? So, yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, no, a lot of really good racing in a car and track combo that people, for whatever reason, don't use a lot, and I don't get it. And especially after tonight, like I can see, especially if you get a field of like 20 or 30 cars and you ran it through like AI, immediately you could see how it proliferates, how it gets bigger, and why this is something to tune into on Flow Racing on Saturday night, or listed on the Motor Racing Network. You can go to mrn.com/live, I believe, to tune into that show, either on radio or watch it on Flow. But this is the biggest late model stock car race in the country. $30,000, I believe, to the winner. Big time payday. And really, really huge for all these teams. 93 cars entered for the real life race at Martinsville last I checked, and I think that was yesterday. 93 cars. 93. Wild. So a lot of people here for this. A lot of people loving late model racing and a big old crowd. If you're in the area or near the area on Saturday night, get there. There will not be a better place to be than at Martinsville Speedway watching all the real life late models tackle it. And not a better place for you to get your news concerning the Martinsville 300 in real life by heading to tobychristie.com. Get all your information on late model racing, NASCAR, IndyCar, anything you want. Toby Christie's got it. And maybe read all that news up on a computer while wearing your new pair of Shaq Eye Gear glasses. You can get to shackeyegear.com to get you your own pair and use the code MAMA34 or RACING20 to save 10, 20, whatever percent you want off, depending on how you want to play it. So, a lot of thanks that we have to give for this event here at Mamba Media. Big thanks to all the partners, of course, and Toby Christie and Shaq Eye Gear for helping this come together. Big thanks to the team at Mamba Media. Mamba Smith, Peter Salino, Carson Elledge for making things happen behind the scenes, for the comp director, Mr. Blake McCandless, for our race director, Mr. Ben Easterday, and the broadcast team, our director, producer, Zach Johnson, and my man in the booth, Kenneth Bueno. I am James Pike. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mamba Media Martinsville 300 presented by Shaq Eye Gear, and congratulations to Michael Cozy Jr., $300 richer.